right, good afternoon and welcome to the last regular season game of the year for Jackson Christian School. Will Cisco, Coach Joe Holloway here to do this game. The ground rules are being discussed, and we will have a big one. Union City, who is a state power normally, they've still got a good ball club this year. We've got a young building ball club, but we have worked hard for the wins that we have and improve every day. And, of course, you know, we've got a off-season coming up, but we got to play in the tournament first. And, Will, I think we drew St. George's in the first round. At least that's what it's looking like right now.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly who it was, but it does seem to be that we'll be playing St. George's or one of the Memphis area schools. So it's going to be an interesting first round in that, and hope this will be a good game to see how we do.
Yes, it will be. And, of course, we are getting things ready to do this ball game. Umpires have met with the coaches, and it is just about time for starting lineups. And let's see if we can pick up the public address announcer.
Starting lineup is brought to you by Commercial Bank and Trust Company's Trust Department at CBTC. We can act as trustee, executor, or administrator of an estate.
Guardian or conservator, custodian, and agent. Let our team focus on these responsibilities so you can spend more time focusing on your family. For more information, contact former JCS Eagle Blake Taylor. Commercial Bank and Trust with convenient locations in Jackson, Memphis, Paris, and Union City. And now the starting lineups. First for Union City. Batting first and pitching number 8, Dalton Bone. Batting second, playing first base, number 3, Mason Reed. Batting third, playing second base, number 6, Gannon Searcy. Batting fourth, playing shortstop, number 7, Landon Hoy. Batting fifth, playing third base, number 12, Will Ragsdale. Batting sixth, playing left field, number 10, Gunnan Cheatham. Batting seventh, playing right field, number 30, Chase Norton. Batting eighth, catching, number 23, Gabriel Walls. And batting ninth, playing center field, number 14, Kyler Sutherland. And now the lineup for the Eagles, playing shortstop, number 8, Avery Bradford. On the mound pitching today, number 16, Walker Ray. In center field, number 19, Alden Holland. At third base, number 23, Chance King. In left field, number 28, Everett Wells. Catching today, number 10, Wyatt Jones. At first base, number 15, Daniel Green. The DH today, number 22, Carson Holt. And at second base, number 7, Harrison Jones. And in right field, number 11, Chase Cooper. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, if you please rise, we are led in prayer by Mr. Eric Rowland. Remain standing for the playing of the national anthem.
First, and then the national anthem.
Dear gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for this beautiful weather. Thank you for the opportunity to play baseball. We just want to lift the young athletes up and pray for safety during the game, pray for good sportsmanship and safety as we travel home. We pray all things in Jesus' name. Amen.
And today, Division II meets Division I. Of course, Jackson Christian plays in Single A in Division II, and Union City plays in Division I. And we need to remind people who we've got in the starting lineup for Jackson Christian.
Yes, for the Eagles tonight, leading off will be Avery Bradford, and he will also be at shortstop. Second, we have Walker Ray, who's going to be on the mound. Third, Alden Holland is going to be in center field like normal. Fourth, Chance King at third base. Fifth, Everett Wells in left field. Sixth, Wyatt Jones, who'll be catching. Seventh, Daniel Green playing first base. Eighth will be Carson Holt, who will be DHing. And ninth, Harrison Jones playing second base. And then Jace Cooper will be playing right field.
And they'll face a very good lineup. Not having quite the year they would love to have, but still a potent team, the Union City team, coached by Cole McAdams, who many of you will remember he was once at Ripley High School, had a great program down there. Matter of fact, Freed Hardeman's catcher, Bo Simpson, played for him when he was at Ripley. And, of course, in his first year, he's done a good job building with a very extremely young team. Only 3 seniors that have played a whole lot, and then one young man who, for different injury reason things, hasn't played a whole lot, but only 4 seniors total, 3 been starting, so we'll have a lot of returning people. But boy, that middle school team, they won the middle school championship the other day, beat Dyersburg, who was the favorite.
Yeah, very, very good young team, and it'll be interesting to see what happens with both these teams in the future.
And stepping in, the left-handed hitting Dawson Bone, he'll be pitching for them today. As you can see on your camera, he wears 8, and a good defensive lineup, one you've kind of gotten used to, and we've kind of settled in on it, with Green at first and Harrison Jones at second. Of course, Bradford, the Freed Hardeman signee, at short. And the first pitch is hit on the ground over to Harrison. He's up, got him, so that's a good start, 4-3, second to first for 1 out, and it brings up Mason Reed, the first baseman. Beautiful day, Will, for baseball.
It is. It really is a beautiful day. Kind of hotter than usual. Lots of sun out, so hopefully it'll get cooler as we go on. But
and to complete the infield, Chance King over at third base. Here's the second pitch of the ball game. This one, will it hang up? And it does, out into left field. And Everett Wells puts it away like he usually does out there.
Yeah, he sure does. Easy routine fly right there, and 2 pitches. 2 outs for Walker Ray.
Well, that'll sure save on your pitch count.
2 pitches so far.
You get 110 pitches to go. And, of course, I saw the infamous battle where, we'll tell you about that, where Weathers and Alex Huey were tied up. And that one was a ball. But they went 9 innings. They had it was a 0-0 game at the end of 7, and 9 was all they could go, and they used up all their pitches, but it took till the 9th inning to get their 110 pitches in.
Yeah, that's.
And that one is the 2 balls and no strikes. Did you ever see either one of those 2 young men pitch?
I can't say I have. It's.
Did you see Ryan Weathers when he pitched? He's with the Dodgers now. There's our strike right now on Main Street. And it wasn't that long ago that I think it was just 4 years ago that they pitched that game in the state tournament. Of course, Ryan went the straight to the majors route.
Yeah.
Huey's pitching at Freed Hardeman. Ground ball to second. Jones up, throws it a little high, but you know what? Daniel Green's about 6'4", 6'5". No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. And the score at the end of a half inning of play, Union City 0, and the Jackson Christian Eagles coming to bat on the Jackson Christian Sports Network.
This is Lee Johnson.
And this is Jason Lockridge from Southern Capital Advisors.
We're thankful for the Jackson Christian family and are honored to help lay a foundation that will build our community for years to come.
Welcome to Southern Capital Field, and go Eagles.
And we are back. Not many pitches used then, and that's the kind of inning and start that Walker Ray wanted. District tournament coming up. Well, a lot of great things happening around Jackson Christian. Awards. I think y'all got your, is it the athletic banquet coming up, or some kind of banquet is coming up?
Yeah, we had our formal banquet this weekend.
They had it this week. I knew it was.
It was their last weekend, whatever it was. We just had it this last weekend, and it was a great time. Miss Krista Moore did a good job putting that on for us, and it was a good event.
And, of course, the middle schools we mentioned won their championship. And they beat Dyersburg's Ace, the kid that's about 6'4 or 6'5 that pitched for them. Yes, in middle school, 6'4. And he wasn't skinny or anything. He was strong and had muscles. And our young men did a really good job on him.
Yeah, that's great. It seems like every day more and more I see bigger and bigger kids in middle school sports.
Oh, I know. I haven't grown much. I went in to the 6th grade, one of the taller kids in school. When I graduated, I was one of the short ones in school. But that's not what we're here to talk about. Jackson Christian baseball, they come to bat. And of course, Avery Bradford, they are looking forward to this young man coming to Freed Hardeman and playing. They've got plans for him, and he could fit in several slots for them. First of all, they lose their shortstop, Dylan Lott. Avery could go into that position. Has power. We've seen him hit a home run in a game you and I have done here.
Yeah, he's a very powerful hitter, probably one of the better ones on this team, and he does a great job.
Quicker than a hiccup, too. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Avery did not play football.
He did not. He didn't play football. He's a baseball-only guy.
Baseball only, specialized. Some people do that. Slightly open stance. Got under it a little more than he wanted to. It's a high fly coming down to the center fielder for the first out. And that is one of those that it got up there, and I believe that was Sutherland in center field that made that catch. Kyler Sutherland. This will bring up our pitcher. Their pitcher led off. Ours hits in the 2 spot. If Avery had that one back and could just level off a little bit, we would have been seeing him run the bases like it was a track meet.
Oh, most definitely.
Walker Ray ready for the first pitch. And even though you saw him stretch a little bit, that was one of those right there on the dotted line of the home plate for strike 1.
Yeah, they're definitely he's done a great job these past two or three pitches painting the corners. He looks like a very good pitcher.
And that one, the old 55-foot fastball. And I think ESPN trying to get in on our broadcast here today. You boys aren't good enough, and if you notice, the pictures from Worthy Road Studio are as good as you'll get with ESPN or CBS, ABC, or NBC. And we use multiple cameras. Drill to center field. Will it get over the center fielder's head? He's going back, off the wall. You heard it rattle. Streaking for second base is the pitcher, Walker Ray. You say the pitcher? Yes, that's the pitcher today. Hits number 2. And he got most of it. That is a high fence. What, 20 feet out there? Pretty close to.
It's pretty high, and that was a heck of a hit. One bounce off the wall. We're gonna have a pinch runner in for Walker, which will be I believe Jack Collins, the freshman.
That is one of the great things in high school baseball, provided by the National Federation and then youth leagues. And I would just soon, I'm gonna upset the traditions, see the National League go to designated hitters, and our friend the Bumblebee or Would-Be keeps visiting the broadcast facility. Runner on second with 1 out. Here's the pitch, and only slightly gets away, and the pinch runner not going to try to advance, and I don't blame him. On deck is Alden Holland, and if my stats are correct that I were given, Alden's hitting about 319.
Yeah,
or actually, he's up there, and on deck is Chance King. Alden's hitting about 319. Wants to play baseball in college. Some teams are looking at him. And this one drilled on the ground, bounces up, and he'll be safe, but you'll flash the big E on the scoreboard. It's an E5, error on the third baseman. Runners at first and second, 1 out, and the big man, the linebacker. No, that's what he plays in football, folks. I know the difference. He's the third baseman today. But if he hits the baseball like he hits some people in football, it's going to go a long way. Chance King, the hitter, wearing 23. Saw the football team working out a little bit the other day. Saw some things that looked good.
Yeah, spring practice. They're doing a great job down there with the new and improved offense.
And there's the throw or fake throw to third base. You don't have to throw it or to second. You can turn around, wheel around. Now first you got to go to. Dawson Bone on the mound. Here's the lefty's pitch into the ground for a ball. Chance King hitting cleanup today. Wells will follow him. Everett Wells, who made the fine catch out in left field. 1 ball, no strikes. There's 1 out in the inning with 2 runners on. Base hit here would mean 1. Nice healthy cut, but by him, and you heard that old mitt pop.
Yeah, he took a healthy cut at that one. It would have went the distance if he would have made contact, but just hoping to get a run right here. It'd be a great start after the game.
It would be a great start. Always get out early in the first inning, makes your pitcher feel good too. And Walker Ray had a good first inning. A 1-1 pitch, checking the runner is Bone, comes to the plate, just under a little bit. And again, in modern baseball, you dip that back shoulder because you want to give the ball a ride with just a slight uppercut. Sometimes it looks so tempting, though, you dip that old shoulder back a little too much. Baseball, finer art than you think it is. It's a simple game, but yet it's not a simple game. Person against person, pitcher against batter right here. 1-2 pitch, tempting. Chance with a good eye then. Of course, spring football practice does miss a couple of these young men. They'll be out there too. Big quarterback battle brewing. Interesting to see who wins that one. Both young men bring certain strengths, and they have made some adjustments in the offense. And I'm going to give you a reason why I think they made some. And that one fouled off. First of all, good coaches make adjustments, and we've got a good coach here. But secondly, they lost 3 of as good of wide receivers as you would ever want to have anywhere. My comrade to my right, Peyton Tinsley and Danye Brooks. Yeah, no offense to people coming up, but you guys are hard to replace because you had experience, you had speed, size, hands. You had it all. And, of course, you got to replace the trigger man, Aaron Smith, diving back in. Aaron, the year before when he was a junior, got some experience because we had one game that I know we didn't have our quarterback, and that was up on the road, and that was a tough place to go into.
Nashville Christian.
It
was quite the game and quite the team.
Yep. Hanging tough. Chance King fouls that one off. The count's 2-2. You can see that on the Worthy Road scoreboard. Well, that's another one of the great features that we have here at Worthy Road. And I'm going to go ahead and do something. Paul may want to shoot me for doing this, but we will be doing as many and all of the football games of all sports next year that we can do is Jackson Christian and Worthy Road Studios hooking up here for a great sports network. That one's high, 3-2, but there's only 1 out, so the runners have to play with caution because you don't want to run yourself into what the old folks used to call a strike 'em out, throw 'em out. Not good grammar, though, is it, Will?
Not good grammar, but it is the situation.
The English teachers at Jackson Christian will be all over me for that. Don't teach our young people bad grammar. 3-2 pitch, Bone, and diving back into the pinch runner. That's okay that he had to dive in. He got there, and Bone knew he didn't have a chance to pick anybody off. The thing you got to watch is throwing in behind the runner at first. I've seen crafty left-handers, the first baseman gets a signal. Swinging strike 3. So there are 2 outs in the inning, and now the runners will run on any sound of the bat, the hit ball. And it brings up Everett Wells, the fine left fielder. Everett, a senior. And I guess you truthfully say this is the last home game for all of these young men that are seniors. I know down at Freed Hardeman a little sadness because of the last home game meant that they're going to rip up the grass field. They're putting turf down at Freed next year.
That's good. I love turf baseball fields.
This one is popped up, got him off stride. Shortstop calls for it, takes it. And that ends the inning with no scoring. We had no runs, 1 hit, 2 men left on base and 1 error, and the score at the end of 1 inning of play, Jackson Christian nothing and Union City nothing. We'll come back on the Jackson Christian Network after this. No score here in this ball game between Division I school and a Division II school. We are the Division II school. They have a few more students to pick from than we do, but we play hard. They do too. Man, if you were here and if you're not here, and there are people that are on their telephones watching this broadcast right here, let me tell you, the concession stand, you better get it while they can, because they're going, when they sell out today, there will be no more sales from the concession stand. And you can smell the good food. I believe Walker Ray's dad, Coach Ray, is over there on that. And you say, well, what does he coach? He coaches junior high or middle school football. And now, let me tell you about an exciting event on Worthy Road Studios, and Paul can correct me, but I know you'll be able to get it on Worthy Road Studios Facebook. Will you be able to get it on the Ball Game Blitz, Paul? And the Ball Game Blitz, if you look that up, and YouTube. It'll be archived on YouTube. They're going to have their inter-squad game, and I'm going to tell you what, that's like 2 state championship teams playing each other, because they are. And there's a strike. Boy, Walker's been sharp, hadn't used many pitches. It was Peabody.
Yeah.
Peabody. Their real name is Peabody. Some people still call them Trenton Peabody, but it is Peabody High School. Not really kin to the Peabody that, George Peabody College for Teachers used to be a separate college. Vanderbilt owns that now. There's a swinging strike, so a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Yeah, you want 2 championship teams out of 1, and they've got a good chance. They have dropped down in classification. Will play single A football this year.
Football after what? 3-peat? Is it a 3-peat that they're on right now?
3-peat, yeah.
This will be 4, yeah.
So they will drop down, and can you imagine one of the toughest teams in the state in 2A football dropping to 1A and still got basically the same team?
Yeah, they got a great crew over there. Sam Jiggers, Malik Ganaway, Khalid Ganaway, great group of guys. I've met a couple of them before, so they're going to do some great things over there.
That one caught looking on the strikeout. And that was Hoy batting. That brings up Ragsdale. Got to talking and so excited about Thursday night football. This will be our last Jackson Christian broadcast as far as sports, but graduation will be on the school website. There's a nice strike. Boy, Walker is tough tonight.
He's on right now.
What's he doing, rocking and rolling?
Yeah, definitely. He's only thrown 11 pitches so far, and he's got 3 outs and now a strikeout. So
Walker toes the rubber, got his sign. Here's the pitch. A number on the ground. Walker will feel that himself. Good strong arm by Walker, and he throws him out. Walker can play outfield. He can play third base. A lot of things he can do. This is a versatile baseball team, but I think Chance has played all over the field. He's been in center, right. He's caught. He's pitched. I said caught. He played third. I don't think he's caught yet, because every time I see him play, Wyatt is behind the plate.
Yeah, I think he's played everywhere just about, but second base. So.
Yeah, he's played first. You just remind me. That one pitch, good pitch. Hit her out in front of it, fouls it off. This is number 10. And that is Gunnar Cheatham. I wanted to make sure Will did a great job today of gathering lineups, because this game had an on-off type situation, and Union City rolled in here, but by the time you hit and feel a little bit, get lineups, there's a swinging strike too. The lineup cards were a little late for both teams, and Will did an excellent job of getting those. And plus, I think he got in a mile run, too, trying to get in all the stuff he had to do while he was outside. You got to stay in shape. You never know what will happen at North Alabama.
You never know. Anything could.
And that one is outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes, temptation pitch. Well, there was another young man from another school that went down there, and he was about the same size you are, had similar hands, Mayhaw, and he left North Alabama holding a few records. There's a ground ball to Harrison Jones. He's up, throws it over the first, gets him, and again, no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. The score at the end of 1 1/2 innings of play. Both teams are tied at 0. We'll be back on the network of Jackson Christian School.
This is Lee Johnson.
And this is Jason Lockridge from Southern Capital Advisors.
We're thankful for the Jackson Christian family and are honored to help lay a foundation that will build our community for years to come.
Welcome to Southern Capital Field, and go Eagles.
We are back for more exciting Jackson Christian baseball. The great music you hear in the background on the parabolic brought to you by, Wayne McLean. I was about to say Chase, and Chase can't do that and coach too. Anyway, we are in the bottom of the second. Dawson Bone on the mound for Union City. The left-hander winds, fires. That one's about 59 feet. It's a 60-foot. Yeah. Got to get it 60. This could wind up being one of those white knuckler baseball games. Bone has thrown 16 pitches in the contest. Make it 17 in that one. The 17th pitch is a strike. So he's right on the toe. But Walker Ray has been fantastic here early. 2 innings of no-hit ball. The curveball stayed high. You could see the bend in it, but not enough to bring it down. The release point was a little high. And, yes, I do coach a little bit from time to time. It's tough, an old coach that's done color most of his life. Once he changes play-by-play, you get it all. That one he kind of took and threw it a little softer. Change up, had a little motion. Left-handers have some natural motion anyway. Which one do you like hitting off of best, Will? Right-handers or left-handers?
Definitely right-handers. Left-handers freaked me out.
You don't like that ball coming in. Their curveball breaks in at a right-handed hitter.
I was left-handed.
Oh, that's right. You were. So you didn't like it going away. That one, and the catcher framed it well, but it was outside. 3-2 the count. The hitter is Jones. Wyatt Jones, the fine catcher. He does such a good job, and he's caught a lot of games. Got under it a little bit. It's high in the sky. Shortstop's going to drift over and take charge, and he gets it for the first out. That was Hoy taking that one. I had a young man once in school that spelled his name the same way. Didn't pronounce it that way, but that's what I believe either his grandparents or parents told Wayne McLean.
No walks today.
Yeah, and here comes the thin man, we'll call him. He's also the tall man, too. We love him. He's a freshman first baseman. I would love to see if I could get him into it. And the first one's a ball bouncing up. Love to see if I could help Coach Teichman and get him out for basketball. I think he could play.
I think he could play, too. And Coach Teichman does a great job with his bigs. You know, him being a great big at Freed himself, he does a great job with the –
you know he's one of the greatest of all time at Freed in the post area. Here's the pitch. Of course, his coach was Coach Jason Shelton, who just happened to be at Freed Hardeman when the 2 high scorers for NAI and NCAA were there, one of them being John Pierce and the other one Philip Hutchison. There's one hit. Will it get into the outfield? It does. Just over about 5 feet into the grass and rolls to the center fielder for a base hit for Daniel Green. Good job of Green. Good piece of hitting then. And then that brings up number 22, Carson Holt, who is the designated hitter.
Number 22.
Another fine young man. And is he a freshman or a sophomore? Freshman. So Carson Holt getting a lot of attempts batting this year as a freshman. Of course, I know his biggest fan in the stand. It may not even be his parents because his granddad's here. Pickoff attempt at first. That was the old "I know you're there" move. And, of course, his mom and dad, both great athletes, know a little bit more about his mom because she used to shoot the ball and score a ton and shoot threes for Northside. She was a very good, as a matter of fact, offensively, if you didn't make her move off her spot, you were dead when she shot it. And, of course, he's not playing today, but a young man by the name of Roland, his mom, pretty fair athlete at Waynesboro, Tennessee. Pitch 2 balls, no strikes, and when we get a chance, just like Aaron Smith's parents, I remember when they, so that makes me old. I remember when they were playing in high school, I was coaching against them and doing a little radio on the side. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and Carson had a rip at that one. And Daniel took off like a sprinter. I didn't know I knew he could run, but I didn't know he could run that fast.
Yeah, he was trying to get a base out of it, out of the foul tip.
Got a big old smile on his face. Going against that left-hander, and you really got to watch him. A left-hander with a great move to first. Oh, it's tough to get any kind of lead on them. Going to the plate, though. That one hit him. So Carson gets on, and that's the name of the game. You get on by any means necessary. And that brings up the 9th hitter. That is one Harrison Jones. It's amazing. He just made a play in the field to end the inning. And here he comes up in this inning. You know, a lot of times they even wind up leading off, especially after making a great play. 2 runners on with 1 out. So, again, we don't want to leave runners on the base like we did the last inning. That one high. Pretty good pop on it, though.
Yeah, great opportunity to score with 2 on and 1 out. Coming up to the top of the lineup.
No runs, 2 hits for Jackson Christian. Outfield straight away. Here's the pitch. And that one just missed, so 2 balls, no strikes. And I know Dawson Bone, and neither does the coaching staff of Union City, want him to fall behind like that. In a minute, we'll go ahead and get you to mention the Jackson Christian staff again. There's the move, and Bone just to let him know, and he'll turn around and spin like that. Bone is a senior, plays first base when he's not pitching. And that one is low. So 3 balls. No strikes. Yeah, we got an umpire that will talk just loud enough. Some of them, that parabolic mic intimidates them.
That's funny.
3 balls, no strikes. The pitch right down Main Street. Guarantee, though, Harrison was taking all the way.
Yeah, he wasn't even looking like he was trying to swing on that one.
I seriously doubt we gave him the signal. Probably had the automatic take on. Coach Cole McAdams trying to move his players around just a little bit. And comes back. Dawson Bone comes back with a fine pitch on the outside corner of the plate, and it was a strike all the way. And they changed their defense just a little bit. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Harrison Jones at the plate. Drilled a base hit, and I mean, he got it all. He hit it so hard, though, and I don't think we'll have a chance. You'll see the cutoff man missed it, but he knocked it down enough that we couldn't score. Man, that was a solid hit by Harrison.
Yeah, that was solid right in the gap, and that gets us with bases loaded at the top of the lineup.
Now batting the shortstop, number 8, Avery Bradford.
Avery Bradford, the top of the lineup's up there. Avery flied out, got under it just a little too much in the previous inning. It's 0-0. Runners, the bases are jammed, or as my friend Ron Potesta like to say, the ducks are on the pond. Ron loved that phrase. No balls, 1 strike. And we'll tell people about the opportunities. You would be surprised how many people hit these games. Ball in the ground. But Worthy Road Studios will be doing Freed Hardeman, Jackson Christian School, and Peabody football. Plus, there is some other programming that comes on the ball game blitz. But the word is spreading. People are watching, and every day it grows more and more. I was even impressed because your advertisement could be seen on as many as 4 sites at a time. Here's one drilled. It's a base hit. 1 run will score. 2 is rounding third, and coach goes up the line, and I tell you what Union City does. Cole McAdams' team, they line it up. They hit their cutoff men. But a run scores, we draw first blood. Sounds like a movie. I don't see Rambo, though, out here anywhere.
I don't see him either.
Avery Bradford, they're going to love this young man down at Freed Hardeman. He will make a fine addition to already good squad. Looks like we're going to get a pitching change already. And I believe that's the first baseman, Mason Reed, that's going to come in. Means that usually Dawson Bone will go to first base. And that is what's going to happen. So while he takes his pitches, our producer, Director Paul, if you've got a short timeout, we can take a quick timeout and come back for more Jackson Christian baseball on the Jackson Christian Sports Network.
This is Lee Johnson.
And this is Jason Lockridge from Southern Capital Advisors.
We're thankful for the Jackson Christian family and are honored to help lay a foundation that will build our community for years to come.
Welcome to Southern Capital Field, and go Eagles.
We are back as the new pitcher, Mason Reed, takes his warm-up pitches. Now, all the runners on base are the responsibility of Dawson Bone, but Mason Reed is now the pitcher. Big, strong right-hander. Looks like he's got his curveball is more like a slider than it is a curveball.
It's a interesting ball. It's going to be not very easy to hit if I had to guess.
And even though this is a non-district game and not even a division game, neither one of these two teams want to lose this game. It's important to go into the playoffs with momentum. And I would say it looks like Mason Reed also has a pretty fair fastball to go with it. The hardest thing is coming from first and coming to that mound, because you want to throw a little bit before you get there. You've been over first, you've been moving up and back, and you get to make a few tosses, but your arm a little stiff and you have to loosen it up out there. I know in college I see a lot of those relievers come in, they get in the front of the mound and just step up and throw it like they were throwing from the outfield.
Yeah.
Now with the bases jammed and only 1 out, the infield's in. They're not going to give up a run for an out. And, of course, the hitter is Walker Ray, who can really help himself. He had a double, and he had a good stroke at that one. He had a double back in the first inning. And a double here would score at least 2 runs. Good speed, though, on first, which would make it possible a double could score Avery Bradford from first. Just depends on how much jump and if anybody gets in his way rounding the bases. Reed's next pitch, drilled but foul down the first baseline and out of play. So now he's got Walker Ray in the hole, 0-2, pitcher's count. He can tease him. He might even throw that quick breaking curve over the outside part of the plate, hoping it will not be in the strike zone by the time Walker's ready to swing. 0-2 with the bases loaded. 1 out. And the pitch, it was the teaser, but it was the fastball.
Yeah, it was. You could see him before the pitch. He set up outside, and it was going to be a it was going to be a teaser pitch for Walker.
Yeah, Walker's got a pretty good eye, doesn't he, Will?
Yeah, he does. He does a good job batting and seeing what pitches he likes. Only takes swings at ones he likes.
I know he plays travel ball in the summer. Here's the 1-2 pitch, drilled, but right at the shortstop, and they've got the man picked off at second. So a double play. We only get one run out of it, and that happens sometimes. So Ray lines for the second out of the inning. Shortstop was aware. He checked third, nobody, and we got too big a jump at second, and then we get the runner at second picked off there for the third out of the inning. But the most important thing is one big run, and at the end of 2 innings, Jackson Christian School leads Union City 1-0. We'll be back on the Jackson Christian Network after this short timeout. And we are back while Walker Ray, or is this Walker? No, let's check that out and make sure that, no, it's been a change. Chance King has come on. So Chance takes over in the top of the third, and we'll make note of that. Walker Ray will go to third base to play. And both teams have changed pitchers. 1 run on 4 hits and no errors. Union City, no runs, no hits. They have committed 1 error. So Chance King wearing number 23, the big right-hander. He'll be back next year. He's just a junior. Plays linebacker and can play defensive end for the football team. Now with Everett Wells and a couple others graduating, I wouldn't be surprised to see Chance King and Tacker Nash, one of the strongest young men in the area. I know Tacker has benched a minimum of 325, and we're not talking about one time up there. I believe he's headed, if he hasn't already reached 350. So great weight program out here. And Chance King comes on to pitch. Here's his first one. Swinging strike, and that one looked like it hit the back foot, just grazed the back foot of the Union City hitter, which is Norton. This is Chase Norton. Qualls, the catcher, will follow him. And a no ball, 2-strike pitch. Then that made it 2 strikes. So that's the count. That's definitely a pitcher's count. Curveball hit on the ground to the shortstop. Bradford comes to the side like he does. Shoots it across the first and gets him. 6-3. Avery Bradford to Daniel Green for the first out of the inning. Brings up Gabriel Qualls. Now, don't forget, Worthy Road Studios will have the graduation for Jackson Christian plus many others. They also do weddings, funerals, and like I said, graduations, experts at that. Do a lot of church services too. There's a swinging strike, but it was a great pitch by King. The thing you want to talk about, big package coming up that we know is going to include Jackson Christian School athletics, which includes men's and women's soccer. It's going to include the football team, every football game. Here's one hit off the end of the bat down the first baseline. Slow motion instant replay, something that you haven't been able to get unless you watched Peabody last year. Paul was kind enough, even though somebody else was doing it, to do a little slow motion replay for them, and you can have it every ball game this year. Swung on, hit down to the third baseman. Walker Ray, crow hop step, shoots to first, and there's 2 outs in the inning. So Ray to Daniel Green again, 2 up, 2 down. And that will bring up number 14 to the plate. That is Sutherland. He's the center fielder. Kyler Sutherland. Curveball looked mighty good, and the umpire says a strike. All kinds of things that will happen. Dave Wade will step back into the box with us next year. You not only get a color man's perspective, but a former official who knows his rules. That curveball came across a little high. It dropped, but it was inside anyway, so a 1-1 count. You got all those advantages here at Jackson Christian School, and you can be part of it. One of the fastest growing sites. You get not only – here's the pitch. That one high, 2 for 2-1. You get not only live coverage on several different streams. Here's the bonus part of it. Your game will be archived on YouTube. And you go back and watch. You can go back 30 years from now and watch it on YouTube. Hit up in the air. It'll drift, goes out of play. And, of course, and Will Cisco has returned. Will was on an important errand, and we missed talking with him, but he's back in here now. Chance King's got a 2-ball, 2-strike count with 2 outs. And we'll get Will wired back in here. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. King's pitch, curveball, about 60 feet, but it was way outside, Will.
Sure was.
He has pitched well, though, while he's been in there. Of course, Bradford and Walker Ray helped him out. What a good defense does. And I see Coach Jennifer Wheeler. We were going to try to get her on. I don't know if she's leaving or if she's getting on the sun side. Got him with a strikeout. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. And going into the bottom of the third, it's Jackson Christian 1, Union City nothing. We'll be back on the Jackson Christian Sports Network.
This is Lee Johnson.
And this is Jason Lockridge from Southern Capital Advisors.
We're thankful for the Jackson Christian family and are honored to help lay a foundation that will build our community for years to come.
Welcome to Southern Capital Field, and go Eagles.
And we are back. Caught me with one of those delicious hot dogs. Tell you what, Coach Ray is the master of the grill over there. Now, your dad and your uncle do a pretty good job in football season with that grill.
Yeah, he does. He thinks he's the grill master.
Well, we are blessed in many ways at Jackson Christian, including with grill masters on our grill. And we need to get Coach Jennifer in here but now she may have to have somebody do a little babysitting, though. She says she will come and talk with us after her husband gets here. And you'll love her. She's done such a great job with that program because once upon a time, remember when that program was on the verge of extinction.
Mm-hmm. She really has brought it back.
They are a threat to win the district, and they played Tipton Rosemark, who I believe is leading this. They played them tooth and toenail. Here's a pitch, solid ground ball up the middle. Their second baseman dives. I'm going to score it a hit because of extra effort on his part. The official score agrees with me. And that puts Alden Holland on with a single. And he is hitting over 300. We know that for sure. Here comes a young man that did a good job pitching. He's 0 for 1 in the contest. Chance King. And what will happen in this game, I know either the fourth or fifth or maybe both of you are going to get to hear the one and only golden-throated warbler Will Cisco, as you see I know you're there pickoff move. You didn't know you had a new nickname, the golden-throated warbler. Warblers are birds, though, with great voices.
That's good. I'll take it.
It's good. Now, a lot of folks your age probably don't study ornithology too much.
I don't. I can't say.
Swinging strike. I bet your mom and dad knows what that is, though.
Oh, my mom definitely does. She's one with the birds.
She is sharp, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Good lady. No ball, 1 strike count. Chance King up there would love to help. He's on in relief, but not because of any trouble. Getting a good workout. Runner stealing. That throw had no chance. That one got stolen on the right-handed pitcher. You know, not only could Alden play baseball pretty good and kick the football like crazy, and some of you football coaches out there, you better be hunting this young man before the baseball coaches get him in college, because he can kick the stuffing out of a football. Probably has kicked a little air out of the football a few times too. Got a runner in scoring position with no outs. Oh, a very good pitch. I mean, give the pitcher credit. Mason Reed, he dotted lined it right on that outside corner. Would have been tough to done anything but take it to right field. Infield's at normal depth, outfield playing straight away. We're in the bottom of the third with the Eagles leading 1-0. Reed checks, and he wants to go to the plate. Now that time nobody was covering. He did. I have seen some teams, and you won't see Union City do this. Go ahead and throw the baseball into the outfield. He held up. Let's see if, okay, they didn't even question that one. Very good judgment by the team and the umpires. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chance King now pitching up there. Thursday night, Worthy Road Studios will have Peabody's inter-squad game. You'll have nothing but championship players out there on the field for that one, as they are the defending 2A, and they move down to 1A with basically the same team. Here's the pitch. Just outside, 3 balls and 2 strikes now. A runner on second, no outs in the inning.
Yeah, another change at scoring position. Reed did a great job last inning getting them out of that bases loaded situation for Union City, and now we got another chance in scoring position.
That line drive double play happened so quick, didn't it?
So fast.
Driven to center field, but it's going to be up in the air. Let's see if the runner tags. He does. Headed to third, and this is going to be a little bit of a foot race, and we win the foot race as Alden Holland slides in. Folks at home score that as a sac fly. I had to correct the score down at Freed Hardeman Saturday. He gave a guy an at-bat. That's a sacrifice fly. 1 out in the inning, and now a runner on third, and that brings up Wells, Everett Wells, the left fielder. Advances to the plate. Great shot you saw of Everett right there. A little deep, and you won't see any batter's boxes today because they really worked hard to fix this field. It was wet.
It was very wet.
Oh, a dandy curveball by Reed. Mason Reed on in relief of Dawson Bone, who's playing first base. They got here so late. Didn't get a chance to talk to Coach McAdams. I'm sure they've got some scholarship players too. And another great pitch, and there's a peg down to third you saw. Of course, Avery Bradford we already know. Alden is talking with and listening to and looking at several teams.
Yeah, hopefully Alden will find him a place.
Yeah, and if you see a black dot there, that's not a dot. That is a parabolic mic. We also use those. There's a pitch for a ball. Worthy Road Studios, and of course teaming up with Jackson Christian, also Freed Hardman, Peabody, and there are some other schools that are wanting to get in on a good thing, and you can have your chance. Will has already vetoed something, and he's the man now. Ground ball hit on the curveball to the shortstop. Shortstop, crow hop step up and over to first. Runner had to hold, and so now there's 2 outs. And their shortstop did a good job, and that step that people take before they throw it, especially in the field, is called a crow hop step. 2 outs in the inning. It's all up to Wyatt Jones, the young catcher. And Wyatt, I'm going to tell you what, do they send the uniforms home to be washed, or we wash them here at school?
I couldn't tell you. I doubt they wash them here.
And some schools do both. Line drive, but it's going to tail foul, and one young man goes for a catch but didn't get it. There's a picture of him chasing the ball. We appreciate that.
It was a good effort.
It was a good effort. Well, his mom gets to wash the dirtiest pair of pants every game.
Every game.
He works hard, though, at catching. Wide, fine young man. He's 0-1 with 2 outs. It's going to take a base hit or an error to get this runner home. And that one he had the right idea but didn't make contact. So no balls, 2 strikes. And I trust you, Mason Reed is going to, well, sometimes they just come and try to get you, but I got a feeling he's going to play games with him.
Yeah, I could easily see outside fastball and curveball here.
Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it was the 59.5-foot curveball. It wasn't going to be a strike anyway.
No way that was going to be a strike. Bounced before it, but way to stay alive by Wyatt.
All it takes is one little hit of the bat, get a ball between the infielders, over the infielder's head. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And he's going to pull the K on that one. You can tell when an umpire's fixing to pull it. So no runs, but one big hit. They sacrificed flying that inning, and the score remains after 3. Jackson Christian 1 and Union City nothing. We'll be back after a short timeout on the Jackson Christian Network.
And we are back here at Jackson Christian for the top of the 4th inning. And as you can see, we got a lot of concession action over here. Everyone up on the patio for this nice sunny day to watch some baseball. Good game. Score right now 1-0. Jackson Christian is ahead, and we're gonna see Chance King back on the mound.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to talk to Chase and people. Reason normally we have more information. They had to really work hard to get this field ready. I'll go ahead and tell the tarp wasn't on over the weekend.
It was not.
And this field was soaked, but it looks very playable. And I just hope they didn't have to use gasoline to dry the infield off. Now, you can get sometimes a helicopter to come out and do the same thing in the old days in 50s and 60s stuff. They had to use gasoline to burn off the infield sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know how they did it, but it was very impressive because it was pretty bad this morning when I was walking by.
Yeah, and
so it looks great now.
Yeah, wind and the sun came out and helped us out a little bit. I understand, though, from Mo on Channel 7 that there is more rain coming this way.
It'll be here tonight. So leading off this inning will be number 8, Dalton Bone, the pitcher, or was the pitcher to start out, now at first base. So the first pitch going to be swing foul tip off right there. Went for the inside fastball from Chance King, and it just tipped it off.
It looks like Dawson Bone has fouled a few off of his shin, though, too, on his lead foot.
Keeps that shin protector on there. So 0-1 the count. Looks for the bunt, and he's going to foul tip that one off as well. Trying to get a quick little bunt down the third base line.
And of course, he's one of the seniors for Union City. We only have 4 on our team. 3 of them are playing. Good young squad, that middle school squad again. And I believe, and Paul can shake me off, but there'll be some middle school games even worked in. So the opportunities to see Jackson Christian next year are enormous.
That one going to be a little bit short, and that'll be a ball one. Yeah,
and there may be a bonus of an inter-squad game this year if we have one.
Possibility. I'll ask Coach P and let y'all know. 1-2 the count here. That one going to be hit to right field, and it's going to go out of play. That'll be foul ball number 2.
Boy, exciting things, and you can be part of it. It's kind of like somebody says, and everybody noticed, this is the first game, because of the quickness of having to come here, it's the first game I have not shown up with a Sonic.
That's a picture of the field this morning.
Great picture, yeah, golly, Bill.
That one going to be hit into center field, and Dalton Bone will round first base, but that'll be just a single hit right up the middle in center field.
And that breaks up the no-hitter, Will.
It does.
And Dawson Bone's not their leadoff hitter for any reason other than he knows how to get on base. Does a good job of doing that.
So Chance King, runner on first base. Peering over at the runner. Bunt going to be laid down, going to be right to the third baseman, Walker Ray. Walker going to play to first base, and he is going to get him at first. Close photo finish right there at first base, but Walker's going to be able to make the out. So runner does advance to second, but we do get the first out of the inning.
A sac bunt, and boy, that was a bang play. First base coach for Union City did not say anything about it. Now, I know Cole McAdam. Now, we don't know if that's Stevie Gossett or Jason Qualls, and in a moment when he gets a chance, we'll tell you who our fine coaching staff is.
So runner on second base, Chance King going to take a look, but going to pitch anyway, and that will be ball one. So our coaching staff, obviously we have head coach Chase McLean, assistant coach Brian Bullard, and assistant coach Tom Lumley, who've all done a great job this year with this very young baseball team.
Yeah, rebuilding is tough, and they've done a good job with it. But folks, you got to face us when we get older.
That one going to be hit into right field. Jay Scoop, we're going to try to make a play on it, but it's just going to be too far towards the fence, and that'll be foul ball. So 1-1 will be the count.
And Will's a good young play-by-play man. You don't do any Bob Uecker imitations, do you?
I don't.
That's probably good. Bob Uecker is probably the dean now with Vin Scully gone from baseball. Bob Uecker has been around for eons. Some people even remember when he caught with the Braves and the Cardinals, especially was catching knuckleballs because he sure couldn't hit. If he had 2 home runs in a season, it was luck.
1-1 the count, 1 out. Runner on second base. That one going to be hit to the shortstop, Avery Bradford. He's going to make a play at first base. Off 1 foot, and he's going to get the out. Great scoop there by Daniel Green, and great play by Avery Bradford to get the second out of the inning.
Have you noticed how good Daniel Green's work with the leather is there at first base?
Oh yeah, he's done a great job. That was a difficult catch. It was to him, but it was a difficult catch to make, and he did a great job scooping it up right there and securing the second out. Chance King from the windup. That one's going to be wild outside pitch. Great block by Wyatt Jones.
Yeah, Wyatt just saved us a run there.
Oh yeah, he slid out there. I think it hit his shoulder, not his pad. So that's
tough little man though.
But he'll be fine. That one going to be hit right up the middle, barely dodging his Chance King, and a run will score, and Landon Hoy will be stopped on first base after the hit.
Hoy gets the RBI and makes him 1 for 2 on the day. And that one, King had a chance, but it got on top of him so quick. Matter of fact, he's probably the only one that had a chance to even get it.
He's the only one that had a chance, and it was right at his feet. It would have been a difficult play. But 1-1 your score now, all tied up. Up to bat will be Will Ragsdale. That first pitch going to be great, right down the middle from Chance King for strike 1.
You know, Chance's curveball is breaking better than it did the last outing that we were here. Every one of them's been pretty good.
Every one of them has been. He's done a great job so far. So 0-1 the count, runner on first base. There we're going to have a runner steal. Great throw by White. It's going to be close, and it's going to be safe. Just barely getting under the tag right there.
Made it close because you notice Chance had I won't call it the uncomfortable look, but I know why the runner stole if it wasn't called, because Chance was kind of looking at his balance a little bit, and the first base runner knew he could not come to first base with it then.
It was a great steal. Good effort by Wyatt to make it close, but just barely got under the tag right there. Going to have a pick move to second base, and it's just going to show him he's there. Not really much of a chance to throw him out on that.
Keep him close.
So 1-1 your count, 2 outs in the top of the 4th inning. Chance King from the stretch. That one going to be close, but just inside for ball 2.
And I wasn't watching the monitor, so I couldn't tell. But, man, from up here where we are, it looked pretty good.
It looks pretty good. Must have been a little bit inside, but that makes the count 2-1. That one going to be hit to second baseman Harrison Jones. He's going to gather and throw it to first, and that will be the end of the inning. So 1 score in that inning. The score 1-1 tied, and we will be back after a short break in the bottom of the 4th inning.
This is Lee Johnson.
And this is Jason Lockridge from Southern Capital Advisors.
We're thankful for the Jackson Christian family and are honored to help lay a foundation that will build our community for years to come.
Welcome to Southern Capital Field, and go Eagles.
And we are back here at Jackson Christian for the bottom of the 4th inning. Mason Reed on the mound for Union City. 1-1 the score, and it's going to be a close one, it looks like, from here.
Yes, I should turn my cell phone, but I was answering a text a minute ago. It's going to be a white knuckler. Both teams have played well through 3.5 innings, and all of y'all that are concerned, I didn't finish my story. I didn't get a chance. I was headed to Sonic, and time was getting away because of whether we played, whether we didn't play. I had to have an oil change or I wouldn't have gotten here today. But anyway, between that, it's the first time in history of me doing radio that I do not have a Sonic Route 44 in front of me. I have broken my streak.
No.
And I've been calling games even in color back before 2000.
Almost a 20-year streak gone.
See, you can learn neat stuff like that on Worthy Road Productions.
Wow.
Those are unusual records.
20-year streak.
Back to our good play-by-play man, Will Cisco.
That first pitch going to be a take from Daniel Green, and that'll be strike 1.
You know, Daniel had a hit the last time up.
Mm-hmm. He does a great job. Like I said, I was talking to him earlier, and he says he was making fun of me because I said he either gets a double or a strikeout.
Well, he went through a stretch like that. I'll be glad to show him yours or my scorebook.
I was like, I'm right. He was like, yeah. So 1-1 the count here.
Fine young man, too.
Young, too, freshman. He's got a lot of potential coming up.
Do we call them freshmen or fresh people now?
That one going to be strike 2. 1-2 the count. No outs in this inning. Daniel leading it off for the Eagles.
And graduation, what day, Will?
May 16th. We're counting down the days. This is my last week of school.
Holy cow.
That one going to be strike 3. Caught him looking on that one.
Yep. Either a backwards K or KC if you prefer that. That one had some zip. It wasn't just the pop that tells you that. It had increased velocity.
That was the fastest one I've seen from him today. He was visibly faster than his other fastballs.
Yeah, Reed may be getting a little looser. Remember, he had to come from first base to the pitching mound. And for those of you that ever watch softball, we'll be doing a lot of girls softball next year. You call it the circle. Never call it a mound in softball.
Carson Holt up to bat for the Eagles. That one going to be high. Walked in the second inning. Got hit by a pitch.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, you can be part of all the things at Worthy Road Studio. There are combo packages, etc., like that to get in on it.
That one going to be ball 2. So two balls on this one. 1 out in the inning.
And who knows, we may be talking to the coaches at different times. A lot of things. Paul Schultze is a very creative gentleman, and you want to get and be part of Worthy Road Studios.
That one going to be popped up high to shortstop left field area. Going to wait for that one, and that will be out number 2 of the inning with the fly out to the shortstop. Yeah, it's 2. So 2 outs in the inning. Harrison Jones, the second baseman, up to bat, who had a big hit in the second inning. That's going to be strike one for Harrison Jones.
Harrison had that big bingle, or single if you prefer to call that, but the word bingle is correct too.
Bingle.
And Candace, for me, just used good judgment. I know that went on there. Candace Rowland, who is not only my nurse practitioner, but she has two of the finest young men in the school that play here. One played on the championship team the other day in middle school.
1-1 the count here, 1 out. That one going to be high, fastball. Going to make the count 2-1.
And, of course, there's a couple of guys. I believe Tacker's got a cousin or a younger brother that plays football.
Brother.
Younger brother plays. He's a big kid. He's bigger than Tacker. Fouled off. And then Heather Witherspoon's son plays on the middle school
Lucas.
team. He's a pretty good-sized young man.
Yeah, he is too. They're both two young middle schoolers who are going to be good in the future. Both very nice. Always talk to me when they see me. So
we've got some big young men there.
That one going to be high for the full count now. 3-2 the count.
Now, I understand we'll be young, but we've got some outstanding young men coming up in basketball, too.
Yeah, we sure do. Big group of guys coming up. Help out Aiden Shaw a little bit, and obviously Walker Ray and all of those guys. That's going to be ball 4, low ball, and we will get a runner on with 2 outs.
Harrison Jones is getting craftier all the time. He'll be back. Remember, only 3. This is one of them that graduates. But the Freed Hardeman signee, and we talked about him the other day on Freed Hardeman baseball, and their coach is excited about him coming. And he likes his players from Jackson Christian.
Sure does. Got a lot of them down there. Graham Scott, Chris Goodrich, more recently. That one going to be strike 1.
Well, don't forget, now she can't play baseball for him, but one of the best catchers. She was an All-American, not just a state player of the year, All-American when she was here, Shannon Donovan.
Yep. That one going to be hit deep center field, and it's going to be caught. Easy fly out for the center fielder, and that will be the end of the 4th inning. 1-1, still your score. Tied here, and we will be back in the top of the 5th inning. And we are back here at Jackson Christian for the top of the 5th inning. We're going to have a pitching change coming into this one. Alden Holland will come to the mound for the Eagles. Going to get some warm-up pitches here. Didn't get a chance in the bullpen, I don't think, to warm up, but he will pitch for the Eagles.
Well, I know his last outing he did rather well.
Yeah, he's really his first time on the mound, it wasn't too great, but ever since then he's gotten a lot better. And I know his last one he pitched very, very well. Only allowed 2 runs against I can't remember who it was, but it was a great team they played. So interested to see what he does. Those are very, very fast.
And I will remind people, and I know you're listening, because that I cannot take phone calls during the game, and that message will get to the person, except for they've dialed me 9 straight times. So go back to your phone, watch the game, and I can't answer the telephone. I hate to pass those kind of messages along. My game changer is on my phone.
Yeah, it's a very, very important tool. So up to bat for Union City will be Gunnar Cheatham. He is 0 for 1 tonight. That's going to be ball 1, slightly high, but very, very close.
A great game, isn't it, Will, so far?
So far, 1-1 your score. Alden Holland from the stretch there, going to be a little bit high on that one as well. So 2-0 the count. So Alden Holland right there. That's going to be 3-0. All three very, very close pitches right there, but all just barely getting away from the strike zone.
Will, did you get left out in that exchange?
I'm
Did you
good.
need some food?
I've already ate. I'm good. My mom cooked me a good meal before I came.
Wow, you didn't invite me over.
3-0 count. That's going to make
I got him tickled, fans.
That's going to be strike one.
His mother is a good cook.
Which made me a BLT. It was good stuff.
Yes.
3-1 the count here. Alden Holland making a strike on that last one. That one going to be close. Just gets the outside corner for the second strike. So full count. Alden Holland fighting back from 3-0.
And it looked good. If you saw the shot there, I switched and looked at both of them. It was a strike.
All of his pitches have been very, very close so far. That one going to be close as well, but just getting outside.
Like the way Wyatt Jones framed that one, didn't you?
Yeah, he did. He tried to frame it up in there. All of them have been close. He's done a great job trying to frame them all. So runner on first base after that walk. Up to bat for Union City will be Chase Norton, who grounded out last inning, 0 for 1 tonight. There we're going to do a little pick move to first base. Nothing crazy, just going to show him that he knows he's there, keep him on base.
I noticed Walker Ray has come up on the grass, and wisely so.
Gonna show bunt here. I doubt we'll see it. There's gonna be throwback to
Went
first.
to first. And Walker was about to introduce himself to the batter.
He was really close. I've seen a couple rear back and swing it before, so it's always a risky game coming up that close.
And you wonder if Chase has that option. Some hitters in the lower half don't have that option.
It's going to lay that one down. This time it's going to be a very good bunt on the first base line, and he's going to run it out of air by the pitcher, and the main runner will make it to third base, the lead runner. So that bunt advances the runner on first to third base and himself to first base.
Yeah, let me tell you why that happened, too. The guy was running down the baseline, and he was inside the lane, but you have a right-handed pitcher trying to throw around him to hit the first baseman, and your momentum's coming towards the Union City dugout. Tough combination. Now, Walker was hustling back because we evidently did not have the wheel play on, or did have it on. I'm not sure. We didn't have any coverage at third.
We calling that a hit or an error?
It should be an error. That's our first error of the game, and I see one up on the scoreboard. Now, here's a tough thing. Do we give up the run for the out? There are no outs in the inning. We will play at double play depth.
Yeah, I think we definitely give up the run for the out here. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, going to have another bunt attempt, but that's going to be a strike. He's going to pull out of it. So, strike one for Alden.
Now, keep an eye on that runner at first, because if he's going to steal, it's probably going to be on the second or third pitch.
I imagine we'll probably see another bunt attempt, if I had to guess, to try to get that
safety
runner.
Squeeze.
Yeah, if I had to guess, to get that runner to second. And we do another bunt. He's going to lay that one down on the first base line, and it's going to go foul.
And it was a safety squeeze because the runner on third did not break until we saw that the bunt was down.
Yes.
What I love is the all-out suicide squeeze. Of course, if you miss, the catcher tags the guy out. If you get it down fair, it's a run. No balls, 2 strikes, Will.
Yeah, 0-2 the count here. Alden Holland going to make a attempt at third base, but it just shows it doesn't actually throw it.
And the young man at first returned to first, because you can also wheel after you make the fake attempt to third. You can wheel and come back to first.
Going to throw it that time, and that's going to be strike 3. Caught him looking right there. Great pitch.
Now that is big.
Yeah, that is big. That puts us in a better opportunity. Now we can get the double play and be out of the inning and let no one score. So.
Now batting number 14.
Now, for some reason, White going over to converse with the dugout.
They're laughing at him. I don't know what he did.
Well, we know he didn't call the wrong pitch because he gets them from the dugout.
Yeah, I don't know what he did there, but.
The good news is 1 out, as Will has told you.
Yeah, 1 out. Good opportunity for a double play here. Alden Holland with the pitch. And that's going to be ball 1, a tad bit low on that pitch. Still no steal attempt from the runner on first.
Yeah, I'm not so sure, but I think he missed sign. I haven't tried to pick up the signs like I do sometimes. I'm an old baseball coach too, but he's getting a lead. He's probably running.
That one going to be a pass ball, but short backstop is going to keep the runner from third coming home, but the runner at first will advance to second base. I forgot to say he's at the bat. Kyler Sutherland, the center fielder, he is 0 for 1 tonight.
Let's see if there's any change in the strategy. Now, it looks like we're going to play. We'll give them the run, fun out. Now, one man could bring the ball home, and that would be Walker Ray. You have to look that runner back, though, if you aren't going to.
That one's going to be strike 1. Great pitch by Alden Holland.
Yes.
Makes the count 2-1. He's going to try to fight back in this count to try to get another strikeout and put us in an even better position to keep runs from scoring. Going to take a little breather here.
And we need to check. I see a catcher walking back from the bullpen. I don't know if they'll change pitchers or if they're going to change catchers or both.
I don't know. We'll see. So from the stretch, Alden Holland, slightly outside fastball right there.
Low and outside. Dawson Bone, who is a very good hitter, is on deck. It would be nice to at least have him coming up with 2 outs.
So 3-1 your count.
And the infield has come in.
Yeah, they have. They're going to try to make this stop here. That's going to be a hit to the shortstop. Going to throw it to first base, and he's going to make the out. Almost caught the runner at second if somebody was there because he got a huge lead, but they're going to hold everyone and get 2 outs right there. So great play by the Eagles.
And Daniel Green, very observant. He was trying to direct traffic and get somebody back down there, but this young man, I believe he had a hit in his last time up. He scored their only run in the contest.
He's got the only run, had a hit last at bat in the 4th inning. So good hitter here, but we need to get the out here to get us out of this inning. Still 1-1. Runners on second and third in scoring position. A hit would score at least 1, maybe 2. That pitch going to be a little bit low for ball 1.
Will just got a text. They want to know how your brother's injury is doing.
Oh, he's doing a lot better. He's just letting it rest for now. It's not anything serious. It just could lead to further injuries. We don't want his growth plate to shatter or pop out of place. It could cause long-lasting injuries. So that's going to be strike 1 for Alden Holland. 1-1 the count. 2 outs here.
I understand Chuck Ray's at home missing this game, a little sick today.
Well, I'm sure he's watching. I'm sure he's listening.
Yeah, he
so
better be.
I hope you get better, Mr. Chuck. And that one's going to be strike 2. Yeah. Great pitch by Alden right there.
Chuck is one of the outstanding people. Forget the coaching, everything else. He's just a good person. And, of course, we've seen him down at Freed Hardeman a couple of times. And I know that Freed Hardeman they've been looking at Walker.
Yes, they sure have. He's looking at him a little bit. I'm pretty sure there's some other ones as well.
Oh, yeah. And there's some football schools that
as well
are interested. We just got to see what Walker does, whether he's a quarterback. He can run the football. I bet he plays some defensive back this year.
Yeah, he does. That one going to be hit right over Walker Ray, barely over his glove. And that's going to get to the center fielder, Everett Wells, who's going to make a big throw home. And that one's going to score 2. Big hit by Dalton Bone, who's going to get a double on that one, and it'll score 2 runs.
And he's either scored or been responsible for knocking in all the runs. That one was hit, and I'm going to tell you what, folks, go back and watch the replay and see the effort. That just barely got over Walker Ray's glove.
He got up there a little bit and almost got a hold of it, but it was inches away from his glove.
Coach Kyle Teichman should be very encouraged with the jumping ability now. He laid it out, and that's what you got to do. Unfortunately, we trail 3-1 now.
It was a good effort by Walker, but unfortunately, I don't think it was possible for him to really get that one.
Now here comes a very strong, solid-built young man for Union City, and I know for a fact he is capable of reaching the fence.
Yeah. Mason Reed, he's flew out in the first inning, had a sacrifice bunt in the fourth. So no hits for him yet, but he definitely can send one flying. Alden going to get that one. It's going to be played to the third baseman, Walker Ray, who's going to take an easy throw, and that will end the top of the fifth inning. So after the top of the fifth, your score, Union City 3, Jackson Christian 1, and we will be right back after a short message.
This is Lee Johnson.
And this is Jason Lockridge from Southern Capital Advisors.
We're thankful for the Jackson Christian family and are honored to help lay a foundation that will build our community for years to come.
Welcome to Southern Capital Field, and go Eagles.
And we are back here at Jackson Christian for the bottom of the fifth inning. 3-1 the score here. We've got a lot of fan activity out here for this game. Big crowd.
Yeah, like the young ladies here, they wanted to know if the game was on TV, and really and truly it is. It can be gotten anywhere in the world on the Facebook pages of Jackson Christian Sports Boosters and their regular one. Tonight it will be archived on Worthy Road Studios YouTube page. This game will be in the records forever. And we want to thank Candace Rowland for her help and getting food to a bunch of hungry guys on short notice. And Candace, of course, has two sons playing here. And her husband, I believe, works the scoreboard, doesn't he?
Yeah, I believe he does.
He does. He does other things. That's just what he does as a volunteer.
So up to bat for the bottom of the fifth inning will be Walker Ray, who just made that big play at third base to end the last inning. He is 1 for 2 tonight with a big double in the first inning. That one going to be a high ball right here. We have a pitching change, I believe.
We sure do, and that's number 7 for them.
Yes, that's number 7, Landon Hoy.
Landon Hoy, who is somewhat off of third base or shortstop. Which one was he on?
He was on short, I believe.
Okay, short.
That's going to be a low strike right there for strike one. 1-1 the count.
So Landon Hoy comes on, and we're 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for them, and 1 5 and 1 for us.
That one going to be hit into left field. Not sure if it's going to be able to get down or not. And it is. It's going to get down right there by the left fielder. And Walker is going to take it to second base, and he gets there easily. Great play by Walker Ray, and great awareness to get to second base in time after the short blooper to left field.
Now the official score is calling it an error, and this is one of those that in minor league, in college, and in major league, they would replay it a bunch of times. If he didn't get a glove on that one, I would call it a hit. Now, Ray Pack and I have both scored some games in the minor league, and Ray probably would have called that one a hit.
I'm gonna give him a hit on it. I think it's pretty close.
You know what? I'm going to too, but don't tell the official score I did.
I don't think it touched his glove. It was a pretty good hit.
I don't either. We got great shots. Look at this center field shot from Worthy Road Studios.
That first pitch going to be right down the middle for strike one.
And if you want to reach not only the Jackson, Madison County, and West Tennessee audience, you're going to reach the worldwide audience. Call Paul Schultz at Worthy Road Studios about some of the packages they're going to have. And Freed Hardeman, Jackson Christian, who knows, may even team up on some stuff.
Hopefully. 0-1 the count here. That one going to be hit into right center field. Both outfielders going for it. The right fielder's going to catch it. Walker tags up, but a great throw by the right fielder to third base to keep Walker from advancing.
Yeah. And that's Dawson Bone out there as they've shifted their outfield, and that was a huge peg on his part.
So up to bat for the Eagles, the third baseman, Chance King, who is struck out in the first inning and had a sac fly in the third. So this will be his third at-bat of the night.
Yeah, officially just 0 for 1, folks. Don't ever count the sac bunts and the sacrifice flies against a hitter.
That one going to be low and outside for ball 1.
And I'm not going to try to give you a lesson. There are some bunts and sac flies that aren't counted as that by the official scoring things, but most of them are. It's just like the earned run situation. We could spend 30 minutes explaining what earned runs and how you score them, why they're not unearned.
That one going to be foul tipped by Chance King for strike 1. Liked that pitch a lot. Took a healthy cut at it, but just came off the bat. Not the right angle.
Had that slight uppercut wanting to drive the ball. Got part of it. Want to get it on the sweet spot, and the sweet spot on an aluminum bat's different than on a wooden bat.
Yeah, it is. It's sometimes a lot bigger, I think, as well.
Yeah.
So 1-1 the count, 1 out. That one going to be fouled off again, out of play.
Did you ever play with wooden bats?
Never have, like, in an actual game. I've swung one for fun in practice before, but never in an actual game.
Tell you, that's the thing. When you know, a man that goes all the way to the majors, he has to play with a wooden bat in the major leagues.
1-2 the count here, 1 out. That's going to be a low ball right there. A little bit of panic from the catcher as Walker Ray got a big lead.
Yeah, Walker Ray is crafty on those bases now.
He is. Now, a little fun fact for you. That one day I did camera on senior night. There are a lot of baseballs on top of the school from all the foul balls, man.
Wow.
There's a bunch up there.
But after all that rain we had, they're all soaked too.
Yeah, they're all soaking wet. That one going to be outside for ball 3. So full count now. Nearly getting by the catcher, but a good little snag to keep runners in place.
Maybe we should ask Jason Shelton about it. Are they ever going to build a screen to keep them off the top of the school?
They probably should, because there was a bunch of them up there.
We'd like to have Jason back next year. Folks, you can check it out. There was one game he did color with Will.
Walker Ray going to steal right there, but it's going to be hit foul. He would have made it all the way if it wasn't for the hit.
Now, Coach talked to an old friend of mine, Coach Bennett, he used to be a coach at David Lipscomb. He's retired from the coaching part, still teaches some of his computer classes, and he remembers when Coach Shelton was a communications student and major up there at at Lipscomb.
One time ago.
A long time ago. He had more hair on his head then, too.
At that point. 3-2 the count. That one going to be outside for ball 4, so now we've got runners on first and second base with only 1 out in this one.
You know, that was a good at-bat. Chance worked the pitcher well.
He did. About, I think, 4 foul balls. There was a good bit of them at least.
And a good eye. And, of course, you see the hitter at the plate. What great shots. Get to see our great dugout. There's Coach Bullard, who did color in a basketball game for me. Todd Lumley down at first base.
Up to bat for the Eagles, the senior, 28, Everett Wells, playing left field tonight. That one going to be a fastball right in the strike zone for strike 1.
And that was a good pitch.
Yeah, it really was.
Too.
Really great pitch. A little bit outside, so he didn't really want to swing at it, but a great first pitch. So 0-1 the count. Walker Ray going to steal right here. Going to get down, and he will be safe getting under the ball right there. So Walker does a great job stealing third. Never really saw Walker as much of a stealer, but he's proving me wrong every day.
He got a good jump on that one. I think he read the pitcher well.
Yeah, he read the pitcher very well and was able to get there.
That takes the double play unless you line into one or fly out into a double play. Out of order. You can get one on a ground ball, but it'll be a little harder to do.
That one going to be outside for ball 1 on the 0-2 count. So 1-2 the count here, 1 out. Runners on second and third, so a great scoring opportunity for the Eagles. Down 3-1 in this one so far in the bottom of the 5th inning. Hit there by Everett Wells to the shortstop. He's going to try to get to first base, but I think he ran that one out, and he did. Safe.
And that
on the
is
single.
definitely scored a base hit.
Going to be a single. Beat out the ground ball to the shortstop right there, scoring a run. Walker Ray scores.
How important is that stolen base now, Will?
Very, very important. Change the game now. We got a runner on third with one out. Wyatt Jones up to bat for the Eagles. 3-2 your score now. That tying run on third base.
Boy, just a 10th grader, but a good-looking young athlete. Probably will, since the two pitchers we've seen earlier, he will probably be the ace of the staff in the future.
Yeah, at one point he definitely will be. Sophomore Wyatt Jones at the bat, done a great job catching so far today for the Eagles. First pitch going to be hit into center field. This one's going deep. Will make the catch, runner tags, and he will score, tying this ball game 3-3. So sacrifice fly to the center fielder.
Good piece of hitting. Coaches have got to be pleased with him.
That runner held on first base, Everett Wells, and now up to bat for the Eagles will be Daniel Green.
Love his walk-up music, and as I always mention, that's the Big Show's music. Got to see the Big Show and Macho Man Randy Savage on some old film last night. Randy Savage was actually Randy Poffo and was a catcher in the Cardinals and Reds organization.
That one going to be high, throws it to first base, and Everett Wells is going to get back before the throw.
Yeah, and Everett just told himself, I got to get back quicker the next time.
Yeah.
You could tell what he was thinking on his face then.
1-0 the count here. 3-3 now your score tied up. That one going to be outside again for a 2-0 count.
You know, I haven't mentioned him much, but Gabriel Qualls, their catcher, he has worked hard behind the plate for Union City.
He saved a lot of pass balls tonight for them, keeping the base runners from getting around.
Just like our young man, Wyatt Jones.
That one going to be foul tipped.
Had Daniel out on his front foot a little bit then.
Yeah, he got him reaching for it a little bit. 2-1 the count here, 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th inning. We got Everett Wells on first base.
Yep, better make that last run on the concession stand in the bottom of the 5th.
That one reaching for it again, going to be a pop fly right over the third baseman. Perfect little blooper right there.
It looks just as big as if you drilled one off the wall, because when they talk about it on air, the only place you'll get the truth is on Worthy Road Studios where it really fell.
Yep.
Newspaper's not going to give you that kind of information.
They are not. That was a perfect little hit. That's what you want right there for a quick little single.
Good piece of hitting by the freshman.
So up to bat for the Eagles, the second freshman in the lineup, Carson Holt, who's been DHing tonight. He is 0 for 1, walking in the second and a fly out in the 4th. 2 outs here, runners on first and second. Good opportunity to score. Going to get hit by a pitch again, second time tonight for Carson Holt, and we are going to have bases loaded.
I guess we need to give Carson a Purple Heart now. That's what you get when you get shot.
Yeah.
Is Carson a basketball player?
At one point he was. He's more of a focused it now instead of 3 sports, 2 sports. He's a football, baseball guy. But there was a point in time where Carson did play basketball, and he was a pretty good basketball player at that.
Well, basketball runs in the family a little bit.
That one going to be strike 1 on Hairston Jones.
Harrison's had a big hit today.
0-1 the count. 2 outs for the Eagles. This one going to be a little bit low.
Good eye. Of course, hearing from Chuck Walker about what a great job that Worthy Road Studios does. Bill Hamilton watching, Scott Cale, Michael Heiler, and, of course, Chuck Ray. Good to hear from Chuck.
That one going to be outside, but going to be strike 2. So 1-2 the count. Got the outside corner on that one. A great pitch from Hoy. So 1-2 the count, 2 outs, bases loaded. 3-3 your score. Any type of hit will at least get 1 run in and give the Eagles the lead. That one going to be high for ball 2.
I want them to work it 2-3-2 because I like the merry-go-round. Hey, I thought maybe it was Coach Shelton. We were going to put him to work in just a minute. Rascal's hiding out from. No, he stays busy.
Yeah,
Has to administer school, teach a class.
That one going to be strike 3. Caught looking on that one. And that will end the bottom of the 5th inning. Your score after 5, 3-3, tie ball game, very, very close. And we'll be back with the top of the 6th after a short break.
And coming on to pitch, the one and only JT Favera.
Love me some JT Favera.
I know what both coaches are doing. They're getting their guys ready, get them some work before the district tournament. I know this is our last game before the district tournament.
I believe it's probably one of the last ones for Union City, if not the last.
JT will bring you an assortment of breaking balls, change-ups, and will sneak the fast one by you just when you don't think he's going to throw it. Now, hitting the corners is very important to his positioning of and winning. I know his grandmother here is here. Betsy Favera, who does, I believe, sub some here at Jackson.
She does. She's subbed for me ever since I came here at Jackson Christian, good old 6 years ago. So she's been here a while, but she's always yells at me every once in a while, but she's always on top of it.
And Gannon Searcy coming up to the plate. He'll face the young man Favera, who throws from the stretch. Curveball hit out into left field, but I'm going to put money on Everett Wells. He camps under it, gets it with one, and we've got one out already here in the 6th inning, the top of the 6th. And striding to the plate is Roy himself, or Hoy, I'm sorry, Hoy. And he does a good job. Landon Hoy. I like this young man. He can play infield too. We're straight away. Going to be deep at short and second. Now coming in a couple of steps is Alden Holland, and a great pitch, the curveball.
He really does a great job finding the corners and all of that. It's the main part of his game.
Activity down in the bullpen, or at least warm up. There's a pitch that gets away from our catcher, but evens the count at 1-1. These look like two young men. The catcher's down there, but he is the guard instead of, so these may be infielders that are going in. We'll pick up those changes. Curveball just missing, and like I said, JT likes to work those corners. Then he'll jam you inside. Really doesn't want to throw one down the middle. Has relieved in games, has started in games. Missing outside, 3-1 the count, one out. Has to come in with this one. Doesn't want to put a runner on. We're in a 3-3 contest in the top of the 6th. Will Cisco, Coach Joe Holloway here. Cisco's 3-1 pitch coming. Strike. Call that one early. I like it. Great shot again. Worthy Road. You see Sonic up there? Oh, I wished I had my Sonic Route 44. I love it. First game in my history that I've ever couldn't get by there in time. And just barely walked him. So now they've got a runner on first. That's Landon Roy. They can use the courtesy runner if they like, but I think they'll leave him in there and let him run. Will Ragsdale up at the plate, the third baseman, going 0 for 2 so far. Front foot well ahead. There's no batter's box, so you don't have to worry about stepping out of the box unless the umpire's got a good imagination. This one's going to get away for a pass ball. It was the curve ball. Nice attempt to get it down there, but you had to throw from the back of the home plate area, and I mean all the way back. So now runner in scoring position with a 3-3 game in the 6th.
And we're going to have a courtesy runner in for the pitcher.
Yeah, if he had to run very much and they knew he could steal. And we'll let you check that out and see who the courtesy runner is going to be.
Courtesy runner is the senior, number 21, Caleb Garland.
And they wouldn't put him in there in a tight game without him being a good base runner. Avery Bradford will play games with him at short. And that one gets with it. Was it foul tip? Foul tip. I thought I heard it.
I thought I heard it too.
That parabolic mic is so good down there. And again, another one of those great shots. Look at this beautiful field here at Jackson Christian School. I love it. Great facilities here. Will, and I'm going to give him all the credit. I just did color. He did all the play-by-play of the soccer games, and I've had a couple of college coaches tell me he's better than some of the college guys.
I tried my hardest. It was a new experience, but it was fun. I liked it.
Well, you did a better job getting players' names and giving them credit for things that they could do. Now they're going to have a little conference here. And the only conference I can see they would have is, did it completely miss the batter or did it hit the batter? But if it hit the batter, then it's dead and the runner can't advance.
Yeah.
So they're actually, Union City's wanting them to consider the possibilities that it was just a wild pitch or a pass ball.
I don't see behind the plate umpire seemed pretty confident in this call. I don't see much of a chance them letting this go. And I think they are.
And let's see.
We're going to have another meeting.
Well, now they're going to go over.
Yeah,
and they have not moved the runner.
Yeah.
Now Coach McLean is going to want a little explanation.
Yeah, looks like they're going to give it to him.
Probably what happened is the base umpire, from his angle, didn't see a change in the spin or anything like that. And that's probably what happened. And I see JT's dad here and his grandmother sitting back right in front of the press box.
Might have been confused, but I really thought I heard it, man. I thought I heard it hit
I thought I heard a ping myself.
Might have not been the bat. Might have been
that
something else.
Parabolic mic is really sensitive.
Yeah.
Well, the umpires have conferred, and they've decided. It's a shame we can't use replay, and now the infield will come in with only one out, trying to cut a run off at the plate. We really need a strikeout. Ragsdale has not struck out tonight. He is 0 for 2. Rivera always works out of the stretch. Here's the pitch. Ground ball. They'll try to score on it. Here's the peg from the shortstop, Avery. It is early and out. Avery Bradford with the great peg. Rivera's pitch was the perfect pitch to get the ground out. And that's what we needed right there. It makes it 2 outs. Score that 6-2. Shortstop to catcher. Fielder's choice for the man going to first. And that brings up Cheatham. We'll double check that and make sure that is him hitting, because they are in the process. That is Cheatham. It's high, going back. Can he get to it? Alden Holland, did he catch it? Yes. We wanted to make sure.
Heck of a play by Alden.
And when he slid, he had to hold the ball, Will. I'll let you describe it to people.
That was a heck of a play. He was turned around, upside down, turning back and forth from both angles, and to keep an eye on that and catch that one, he's a heck of an outfielder, man.
That may be the defensive play of the night. Reminded me somewhat of Willie Mays going back for that basket catch in the old Polo Grounds in 1951. At the end of the top of the 5th, or that's 4.5 innings if you prefer it that way, it's tied up 3-all. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th after this, or bottom of the 6th, I'm sorry, bottom of the 6th after this.
This is Lee Johnson.
And this is Jason Lockridge from Southern Capital Advisors.
We're thankful for the Jackson Christian family and are honored to help lay a foundation that will build our community for years to come.
Welcome to Southern Capital Field, and go Eagles.
And we are back. I was so excited. It was the top of the 6th inning. Will did the 4th and 5th for it. Here comes the man that made the shotgun play at the plate for the second out. Avery Bradford, the Freed Hardeman signee. Hits left-handed, has that slightly open stance up in the box a little bit. First one, they throw the curve, which was a good pitch to start him with. Hoy on the mound, Landon Hoy for Union City in this white knuckler of a baseball contest. 0-1 the count. The curve ball, and that's what he hit, got under it a little bit, out to the center fielder, and there's one out as they get Avery Bradford to fly to center field. Walker Ray comes up there. Walker, in his first at bat, had a double. I've got him at 2 for 3. Now, the official books may still be showing him as 1 for 3, as there is something they'll go back and look at the tapes about to decide whether it was a hit or an error. But Walker capable of moving the ball to any field here. Plays a lot of summer ball. This one gets away, but no runner to advance. 1 ball, no strikes. And Will has provided me with the impetus to, with the pollen. There's still pollen, but last night got rid of a lot of pollen, but for some reason I stuffed up. I may have forgotten to take my medicine.
Yeah, concession stand sold out of everything.
And they pitch well. Our concession stand, you won't find one any better. There are a lot of good ones around here, but they have even sold out of popcorn.
Yeah, they sold out of everything. There's nothing up there. They ransacked everything here today.
2 balls, no strikes. Walker Ray. Would he tee off on one? And now let's see if Coach McLean gives him, or does he have the automatic green light? That will be the interesting thing to find out. And we fly out. Avery flied out to center field. Will had to step out and take care of some duties, so he missed the player. They walked Walker Ray, who is a very good base runner. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not going to tell you that he's got Daniel Brooks' speed, but he's quick enough.
Yeah, he's got not the fastest of the group, but he can definitely steal the bases when he needs to. Very smart about how he steals.
But then again, how many people really do have Daniel's speed?
Not many. It's a few bunch out there.
Of course, sitting next to me is one of the hardest working route runners, and if you want to have one caught over the middle, just send him over the middle. He'll catch it. If he can put his hands on it, he'll catch it. And they're driving Walker back. That was the in-between move. A little better than I know you're there, but not quite enough. I'm not going to pick you off yet. The only hope on that move is if you can catch the weight on the wrong foot. The pitch to the plate, and the catcher's going to try him out this time. And they drop it, but their first baseman, Mason Reed, did a good enough job of keeping it where he could reach it easily. And now let's see, 2 guys head towards the bullpen. We'll see if one of them's a pitcher. And looks like the safety man is not going to be the catcher, so that tells you they're warming up a pitcher. And that one went away. One out, a runner on first. We're involved in a 3-3 white knuckler here. 2 balls, no strikes to count. Hoy comes to the stretch. This one has a lot of air under it. Won't get out of the ballpark. Left fielder's going to step up and catch it for the second out of the inning. We're just dipping those shoulders just a hair, Will.
Yeah, just a hair. And Walker was getting out there, going to try to round second just in case he missed it, but he's going to have to stay at first base on that. 2 outs. Need to try to do something here, man. You don't want that bottom of the 7th situation to go to extra innings.
Especially we don't have our top 4 hitters coming up. The bottom half has been productive, but you still would like to have your top half. They're going to drive Walker back. Chance King has the power to hit a long ball. Officially, he's 0 for 1. He has a sacrifice bunt and a walk to go along with an out he made in the first inning. Take one into gaps for Walker Ray to score. This one he gets under. You see the shoulder dip. Third baseman going over in foul territory. Reaches for it, gets it in foul territory to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. And the score after 6 full innings, Union City 3, Jackson Christian School 3. We'll be back on the Jackson Christian School Network after this.
It can be overwhelming to figure out what's best for your child, especially during middle and high school years. When it comes to education, you want a school that invests in your child, providing a place to belong, be challenged academically, and become well-rounded. A place where knowledgeable teachers, coaches, and administrators take the time to understand your child's unique gifts and to nurture them, providing them with both guidance and opportunities. A place where classmates build one another up and your child can excel in classroom, on stage, on the field, and in life. A place that provides community for your entire family as your child discovers passion and purpose on the journey to graduation and a meaningful life. If you're looking for a Christ-centered, accredited education, a place where your student and your family will belong, you'll find it at Jackson Christian. Learn more about the Jackson Christian family by visiting campus, where your child can experience a typical school day and meet other students. Call 731-300-4578 or email admissions@jcseagles.org to schedule your visit. Jackson Christian. Learn to lead, grow, and serve like Christ.
Chase Norton comes back up in this all-important 7th for both teams. Score tied at 3-all. 3 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for the Eagles. 3-3-2 for Union City. First pitch by J.T. Favera, ball. Norton on this contest, he's the right fielder. I have him at 0 for 1. Here's a ground ball. Harrison Jones over. The flip got him 4-3 for the out. Green puts it away. So with 1 out, brings up Gabriel Qualls. 1 out in the inning. Qualls is 0 for 2. He'll be followed by Kyler Sutherland, and you really don't want the top of the order to get up there, Will.
Yeah, you really don't, especially in this situation, the top of the 7th, where a run would put us in a must-score situation.
Fouled off to the right side of the field, out of play. Good contingent of fans down on the bank. J.T. Favera on in relief. Chance King relieved Walker Ray. Right now, JT would be on the hook for this game. Changes up, takes a little speed off the curve. Strike 2 for the Union City team. Landon Hoy is on the hook for that game.
Stat you told me to find out, and we haven't mentioned yet. Union City has left 2 runners on base so far in this game. Actually, no, 3 now.
3.
And we have left 9 at this moment on base.
Alden Holland draws the bead. We've left 9, and we're going to look back at that. 2 outs. Great catch by Holland. He has the defensive play of the game. Will 3 and 9. That means we've opportunities would be even at 3 apiece, but leaving 9 runners on. All we needed is to have plated one of these.
Yeah, and we've very much out-hit them as well with 7-3 hits. So
this one almost saws the hitter, Kyler Sutherland, the center fielder's hands off as it came. He got it off the part of the bat where you put your hands. No ball, 1 strike count. Infield at normal depth, outfield straight away. And strike 2. JT is looking tough. JT probably would like to go ahead and get him. He may throw the waste pitch or the tempting pitch, but he would like to get out of this inning and get to the dugout. And he did. He just went straight after him. You know what they say when that happens. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. Going into the bottom of the 7th, it's tied at 3 on the Jackson Christian Network. We'll be back after this timeout. And we are back. I will be honest, I was enjoying the last of the concession stand's great hamburgers. And Paul's got the last popcorn in existence on Jackson Christian's campus for today.
Man, I hope maybe they popped some more, but when I went up there was nothing left. They were ransacked. All they had is like a couple candy bars.
The concession stand has left the house. Bottom of the 7th. Jackson Christian wants the walk-off single, double, triple, home run. Something that will score 1 run is all they need to end this contest. And to lead off in the bottom of the 7th, the one and only senior left fielder Everett Wells has approached the plate. Front foot is back a little bit behind the front of the plate. Here's Hoy's pitch, the curveball way outside. And you saw their fine catcher have to work hard for that one. Need a base runner and then a couple of Bengals. Hits if you prefer, singles. Here's the pitch right down the middle. And I tell you what, Everett Wells could have ended this game with one swing then.
Yeah, he very well could have. He's been known to hit a couple over from time to time. So this is the time he wants to do it, to walk-off homer.
With a 1-1 count, his most important task is getting on base. Nice pitch, but just missing. And it was a good pitch, but it did miss. I think the umpire's done a pretty creditable job. The only call I might question is one where they let their runner, but it didn't matter. Avery Bradford shot the man down at the plate. That would be the other defensive play again. Ground ball hit to the shortstop. Slight boot, long throw. He got him by about a step.
Very, very close. Good hit by Everett, hard hit. Shortstop even bobbled it a little bit, but it's going to be an out in the bottom of the inning.
And that's Chase Norton at shortstop, not what the Game Changer has. They have Dawson Bone at short. It's actually Chase Norton at shortstop. With 1 out, no runners on, Wyatt Jones, the fine catcher up there. He is 0 for 2 today. Has a sacrifice fly, a big one, in the 5th. Here's one, hit to left field, is going to hang up in the air, carried all the way to the left fielder for the 2nd out. So with 2 outs, it's up to Daniel Green, the freshman first baseman, to keep it going. He has 2 hits in the contest, 2 for 3. Green's had a lot of doubles. Don't think he has a home run this year, though.
Yeah, not yet, but he does have a ton of doubles. That's his thing.
We'll be working in Alan Irvin's great weightlifting program. And a strike. Good job by Hoy on that pitch. You know, that weightlifting program, I have seen a big difference since Alan's been here.
He's definitely changed the culture around here. I'd like to see Daniel get some weight on him, play some tight end.
It would help. He's got the height. Oh, that time had him out, fooled him, took something off the curveball. I mean, that was truly a slow curve. Yeah. Now he's got him in the hole 0-2. Daniel's got to fight to stay alive with no ball, 2 strike count, and 2 outs. Infield at normal depth. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Jackson Christian doesn't score. We'll go to the 8th. Neither pitcher in pitch count trouble. Here's the throw. And it's a curveball, but it had missed at the front of the plate. You could tell it was not even that close. Depending on your perspective, you know, that's what they said in Star Wars. Many of the things we cling to depend entirely on your perspective. And I forgot whether that was Yoda, Obi-Wan Kenobi, or both said that. It's irrelevant, though, because it's 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Base hit to keep it going, a walk, an error. Otherwise, we go to 8. And they say that one. The umpire likes that one. Daniel didn't, but it doesn't make any difference. You got caught looking for the 3rd out of the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. At the end of 7 full innings of play, it's tied at 3 on the Jackson Christian Network. We'll be back after this.
This is Lee Johnson.
And this is Jason Lockridge from Southern Capital Advisors.
We're thankful for the Jackson Christian family and are honored to help lay a foundation that will build our community for years to come.
Welcome to Southern Capital Field, and go Eagles.
We are back, and you see JT Favera warming up. See coaches walking around. I think that was Cole McAdams. It was his back that passed by. Great center field camera shots. Multiple cameras working here for Worthy Road Studios. You can be part of great coverage of Jackson Christian, Freed, Hardeman, Peabody, and other schools, funerals, weddings, churches. Yes, I know right now 4 churches, Paul does their services for them, streams them, and you can be part of that. Just call Worthy Road Studios. Here's the leadoff man, Dawson Bone, a dangerous hitter, Will.
Yeah, most definitely. He's 2 for 3 on the night, and he's figured out how to get on base very easily.
Yes, he has. Good base runner, good pitcher, too. A man a while ago, he fired a strike from right field. The 1-0 pitch, that's a strike because that's the same place the pitch was that ended the inning. This young man umpiring is consistent. Love to see those state championships. Uh-oh, this one is trouble. Down the line. It's going to stay fair and then takes a bounce towards the fence. Dawson Bone digging into second with a stand-up double as we hit the cutoff man. That hurts right there because you got a man, normally you'd have to bunt him to second. Here you got a choice. Do I bunt or do I hit away? You got an awful strong hitter, but this batter, Mason Reed, the senior first baseman who is also pitching this contest, showed his ability. He can bunt too.
Yeah, he definitely can. He laid a nice one down. I can't remember which line it was, but I think it was third base line, but it was a good.
Now you have to, whoever that we've got the play on, everybody should know whether we got the wheel or what play we've got on.
There's another bunt attempt.
Yeah, and that time Wyatt Jones knocks it down. It's ball 1. We're going to have the pitcher, JT Favera, will have to get off the mound and cover the third base side as Walker Ray is going to cover third. JT will have to pounce on it like a cat pouncing on it on a ball or a tiger or lion pouncing. It's a good bunt. It'll advance the runner, may even get him a base hit. And that one sails over the first baseman's head, and that will score a run. Now, that does not end the game because Jackson Christian has their chance to bat in the bottom half. And that one kind of sailed on him.
Yep.
And that one will be scored an error, although you weren't going to throw that young man out anyway. He had already gotten to first pretty much when the ball took off and sailed. Yep. And now with no outs, you've got Gannon Searcy destined to be up there. We'll check his number and make sure because they have subbed a man or two in and out. The small ball, as people call it, is very important in baseball.
Yep.
And at bat is Gannon Searcy. It's outside. JT Favera working with 1 run in. It's a 4-3 ball game. Runner on second. That one's going to be hitting the power gap, and it'll get to the right field wall. The runner, Reed, will score, and the throw into second, but a stand-up double, and so now a 2-run lead. And that makes the task even harder. Cersei gets an RBI on that one. Landon Hoy, the pitcher, and he would, if this score were to hold, he would stand to be the winning pitcher. But we have an at-bat in the bottom of the 8th. There's a strike on the curveball. No outs in the inning. They now have 5 runs, 5 hits. They've committed 2 errors. 3 runs, 7 hit, and now we've committed 2 errors.
It really shows how much leaving runners on base can affect you.
Yeah, you're right, Will. Nice pickoff attempt, and that was wise by Harrison to tag back, because sometimes when getting up, we take our feet off the base down there. No balls, 1 strike, no outs in the inning. Really important to get this hitter. You don't want to put 2 on with no outs. They already have plated 2, they being Union City, the Tornadoes. Eagles have played so well this game. And blocking the ball, Wyatt Jones. Tough little man back there behind the plate. Wyatt is a solid catcher, but he's not the tallest catcher around.
Yeah, he is. He's not the biggest in size, but he always works hard and makes up for it.
Really does. Good comments, Will. Here's the pitch. Just missing outside. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 runners on, or 1 runner on. We're trying to keep that second runner from getting on. See, the folks that worked in the bullpen have stopped and have come back to the dugout. Interesting. He may be warmed up, and then again, I think here's Avery Bradford. Couldn't get it out of his glove. And for the folks that don't know, Game Changer will talk to you. I'm serious.
Yeah.
That was Game Changer, yeah. I had to shut it off, and it's been off. That will be scored as an error. He's 6, and now you got runners at first and second, no outs. Here's where we need the pitcher's best friend, the double play.
This would really come in handy right here.
Yeah, I think Coach McLean may suspect something, because Daniel Green is up about 3 steps in charging, and he does suspect the bunt. Let's see if we can get to it in time. We're behind it, and they load it up. They have used the bunt effectively. So now the sacks are jammed. The ducks are on the pond. It's a base hit. Cheatham coming up to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He walked back in the 5th. No place to put him. Infielders up. You got to come home with it. Cut that run down. You'd like to get 2 out of it. Curveball stays inside. You want to come home, and usually they will go to first with it. That's the best way to get that double play, because the runner coming out of the batter's box didn't get the good lead like the runner at second would if you tried to go home and then to third. And going for the downs was Cheatham. I thought he was trying to lose that one.
He was trying to take that one all the way out, get a little grand slam action.
I mean, he had a ripple. He wasn't cheated on that one. 1-1 the count, bases jammed with no outs. Favera's pitch, the curveball hit on the ground. Walker Ray knocks it down but can't come up with it. It was hit right down that line. It'll be interesting to see how they score that one. They may have already scored it an error, because I see we've got 3 errors up now. They're going to score it a hit. Bases still jammed, a big inning. And it's kind of like the wheels are trying to come off our bus. We need to tighten down the lug nuts on the bus.
Most definitely. Still not out of reach, but it has gotten a lot more difficult to come back in this one.
And you're right. We've scored 2 in an inning before in this game, and we have come back before from worse situations than this. Fouled off into the screen, back out onto the playing field. First base coach retrieves it.
Barely just missed the camera on that one.
What's the penalty for hitting the camera?
Got to be a fine.
Got to be a fine. Swinging strike 2. Paul's the one that gets penalized. Take it out of the petty cash at Worthy Road Studios. And, folks, like I said, we use multiple cameras. There is a cameraman on top of our play-by-play booth here.
Would have been a sad day if they hit one of those.
Swinging strike 3. And we needed that one. Good pitch by Favera. Only one out. Now there's a decision. Do we stay up or we go back and try to get the double play?
I think you got to go back for the double play here. I mean, they've already got 3 runs on the board. No point in trying to stop one more. I say get the double play, try to get out altogether.
Qualls 0 for 3. Matter of fact, the next 2 hitters are 0 for 3. And Will would need to look and see if they try to pinch hit or anything because they've got re-entry they could use. Nice pitch.
Good pitch by JT.
And, yes, I do call them a little early sometimes, but I call them as I see them too. Oh, no balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Ducks on the pond. Ground ball. It pulls Green. You got to cover first to have the double play. A run will score, and they said he's safe at second.
It was a great play by Daniel Green. Nobody at first, had to go to second base, and he was very close to it from off the ground.
Absolutely. It's very important that when your first baseman goes after one that you've got to cover first base. Fielder's choice, error on, I guess, the throw that pulled him off the base because there's an error committed the reason he's there. Unfortunately, that makes the score 7-3. We will need 4 at this point. Still got to get out of this inning. Favera has worked hard, but we just had some things. We got 4 errors now in the contest.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, while we were not making some of those errors and we were moving along right away, played really good, Will.
Yeah, we sure did.
But a young team will make errors.
Yeah, from time to time they will, and that's just something you got to live with.
And I see Brother Greg right here, the greatest football scorekeeper in the world with stats
of
and
all
stuff.
time.
And he gives us halftime reports, and I hope he'll do it again next year. He says he is going to do it. And Dave Wade will be back with us, so what an interesting crew. And Dave is all the way in now. That is good. And Greg, I do mean all the way in. Of course, Dave also, besides being one of Jackson's firemen, a very successful softball coach in his own right. This is Sutherland, Kyler Sutherland. He's 0 for 3. Oh, I'd love to see that double play right now, wouldn't you, Will?
May be perfect.
And a swinging strike, and he had a ripple. He didn't get cheated on that one, and I bet Greg is in for a double play too. He'd buy one of those.
Mm-hmm. It's what you want to see right now.
Because you really don't want Dawson Bone coming back up there. He led off this inning. Here's the pitch. Takes a little off of it, but it goes outside. A great crowd here tonight at Jackson Christian, and it has stayed with us.
Yeah, it's
look at the main stands right there.
Normally we got a few trickle out over time, but it's really stayed here tonight.
Really is. When's exams? We'll answer that after this pitch. 1-2 pitch on the way. Swinging strike 3. That is great. Now we have 2 outs.
Back to
the only problem is it brings up probably the hottest hitter in the ballpark right now, Dawson Bone.
He's had a big night tonight.
He really has.
3 for 4.
Now, when's those exams for everybody? Well, you seniors are about to wrap it up.
Yeah, next week is senior exam week, which I get most of them done this week. But next week for seniors, week after that for everyone else.
You think Jason Shelton would get me if I volunteered him to tutor people?
He definitely would get you.
I'm not going to do that to you, Coach Shelton. He's got enough to do. 1 ball pitch has already come. Favera looks it over, brings the 1 ball pitch. And the umpire, that's his call, and that's okay. He is very consistent. It's 1-1 now. Dawson Bone, who started this inning with a double and has scored already at the plate. The bases are jammed, loaded. Here's the pitch. Just missing outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. The Drama Bills. We need to hold them here. We're only 4 down. We can catch that.
Yep.
5 down we can catch it, but it's a whole different story. Makes things much tougher. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Hit out in the center field. It's going to drop. 1 run will score. 2 is headed to the plate, and the throw goes away. For some reason, the young man running from third quit running. That was interesting. Bone has another hit, and I would say he would have to be the offensive player of the game.
Yeah, most definitely.
So 2 runs are in, and we got runners now with 2 outs at, third. It's at second and first. And Mason Reed, the big man, comes up there. Here comes Chase McLean. I don't know if we had anybody warming up. Of course, we could go to somebody already on the field. No, here comes. And, Will, who do we have coming in here?
We are going to have the freshman Carter Ellis, I believe. Let me see his face. Yeah,
number 2. Number 2 is Carter Ellis.
I think last of our pitching used tonight for the most part, main pitching rotation at least.
And he will, the bad thing, or actually it's the good part of it, is J.T. Favera worked 2 great innings.
Yeah, he did. He really did a great job. Just kind of fell apart right there in the 8th. Had an opportunity to end this in the 7th with a walk-off, but it just didn't come.
We couldn't get any offense. We went 3 up and 3 down.
So he kept us there, and it just this top of the 8th has really killed us.
Yeah, a couple of errors here in the top of the 8th has really done some damage. Of course, it's 9-3 at this point right now. Umpire getting his lineup sheet straight. Now, JT will come out of this. Should be a straight replacement unless they put JT into a fielding position. And that was a very nice hit then by Bone. It was right in front. There was no way that Alden Holland could get that one.
Yeah, no, not really a chance. And it was a hit right in the right spot, and that's really been the tail of the inning. They've just been hitting it in the holes.
Runners at first and second. Of course, Carter Ellis comes. He inherits 2 runners that still belong to J.T. Favera. The problem is you got a big, strong Mason Reed who has played first, pitched, and gone back to first. Now, the good news is he is 0 in the game. The bad news is he laid down a dandy sacrifice bunt back in the 4th, and he got on with an error here in the 8th inning.
Which I believe that was a bunt as well.
Yeah, and he scored part of their run total in this inning. 9-3 the score, 9 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors, 3 runs, 7 hits, and 4 errors for Jackson Christian. Carter Ellis now on the mound out of the stretch. Hits the curve to left field. Everett Wells gets under it and ends the inning, but not before Union City has taken a 9-3 lead. We'll be back for the bottom of the 8th after this on the Jackson Christian Network. We are back, and in just a moment, Will Cisco will tell you who the new pitcher is for Union City. Now, if they hold on, though, he would, it's not in the save category. It's too big, and it looks like Hoyer will get the win if they hold on.
If they hold on. We got Case Ross and the junior for Union City. He's going to come in and pitch this one. I don't believe he was in the field before. No, he was not. He's coming off the bench to end this one at the top of the 8th. See if he can finish it off. But we're going to need a big start here to even have a chance to get back in this one.
Got to have 6 just to keep playing.
Yep.
And that is a tough 6. And you said Case Ross is a junior, right?
Junior.
Case Ross on the mound, right-hander. Looks like he wants to work out of the stretch, or maybe just. And his catcher that time just about took his head off with a low throw to second.
Leading off the bottom of the 8th, number 22, the DH, Carson Holt.
Carson Holt, the freshman, steps in there. Left-handed hitter. We need him on. He got hit by a pitch his last time at bat.
He's been hit twice tonight.
And hit twice. Yeah, he didn't even need the ethyl chloride. You know, maybe all the major leaguers are wimps when they get it. No, they're trying to keep the swelling and stuff down in the blood vessels from
it's also
breaking.
Coming a little bit quicker.
Yeah. But we're tough. There's the first pitch. It's outside for ball 1. Holt officially is 0 for 1 on the night. There's a strike, 1-1 the count. He does deserve a Purple Heart for being hit twice. We're in the bottom of the 8th, needing 6 to keep this one going. Good hard fastball, but outside. Love the sound of that parabolic mic down there.
Oh yeah, he's heaving it, so you can definitely hear it.
Good picture. Love those blue uniforms too. And that one, a very nice strike.
Yep.
2-2 the count. And that's a pitch left-handed hitters really don't like. That one low and inside at the knees.
It's really difficult to hit. Never liked it when I played.
Well, the great Ted Williams said that 218 is what you hit, and he was the last man to hit 400 in the major leagues.
Oh yeah. Need to get a walk here.
Really do. 3-2. Hey, we'll take in the error, base hit batsman again. Swinging, strike 3. Carson, at least he went down swinging.
Yeah, took a chop at that. That was going to be strike 3 if he didn't swing. So at least he took a chop at it.
Harrison Jones comes up to the plate. He had a big hit in the 2nd inning. And, I mean, he tattooed that one. And he called it a ball. And Jones is 1 for 2, wears number 7. And there's a strike. Had a guy says, well, when you call the numbers out, Mickey Mantle wore that one or Bobby Richardson wore that one. Those gentlemen are not wearing those uniforms. This is Jackson Christian's players. This one fouled away, making the count 1-2. I love it, though. When, at least you know people are watching the games and stuff on Worthy Road Studio.
Back to the school. Another one for the collection.
And we may have to get us a ladder, man, if there's a way to make some money off the baseballs up there. Beautiful shot from center field. Hit. Oh, the second baseman with a nifty glove play for the 2nd out of the inning. Avery Bradford has to keep this one alive. Walker Ray on deck.
Now batting the shortstop, number 8.
See, the difference is they had the heavy part of their order to lead off. We were at the bottom of our order, and that does make a difference in strategy.
Most definitely does. They got a bunch of hits on that one, and we are behind now on hits.
And Avery had a nice, healthy cut. And he'll need to just make contact, use his speed to get on, because the good Lord has gifted him with some great speed. And that one off the wall in the back. The catcher didn't even have a chance to glove that one.
Came right back to his glove, though. Just took that glove out and scooped it back up.
Good easy ball return here at Jackson Christian. Beautiful setting if you've never been here. This will be the last home game as district play, and we'll start. Let's see if they say he went around. No indication. I mean, believe, though, unless something has changed, I don't know about, we have to open with St. George's. He can. The umpire at first. The Union City coach, Cole McAdams, won that when he got appealed to the first base umpire, who really and truly, I don't know if he's got that good a look with a left-handed hitter, but that's the mechanics of how it's done. 2-man umpiring crew tonight. If you'd had a 3-man, it would have been the third base umpire. Drilled. Wow. And the second baseman again, another great play to end this contest. And it winds up being a 9-3 ball game. Let's take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll talk about this game and wrap it up on the Jackson Christian Sports Network.
It can be overwhelming to figure out what's best for your child, especially during middle and high school years. When it comes to education, you want a school that invests in your child, providing a place to belong, be challenged academically, and become well-rounded. A place where knowledgeable teachers, coaches, and administrators take the time to understand your child's unique gifts and to nurture them, providing them with both guidance and opportunities. A place where classmates build one another up and your child can excel in classroom, on stage, on the field, and in life. A place that provides community for your entire family as your child discovers passion and purpose on the journey to graduation and a meaningful life. If you're looking for a Christ-centered, accredited education, a place where your student and your family will belong, you'll find it at Jackson Christian. Learn more about the Jackson Christian family by visiting campus, where your child can experience a typical school day and meet other students. Call 731-300-4578 or email admissions@jcseagles.org to schedule your visit. Jackson Christian. Learn to lead, grow, and serve like Christ.
We are back for the final wrap-up, and what we'll do first is go to Will Cisco, and he'll give you the totals for the winning Union City team.
Yeah, so the leadoff batter for Union City was Dalton Bone. He started off pitching for them. He went 4 for 5. Second was Mason Reed. Started off at first base, went 0 for 4. Third, Gannon Searcy went 1 for 4. At fourth, we had Landon Hoy, who went 1 for 3. Fifth, Will Ragsdale went 1 for 4. In the sixth spot, we had Gunnar Cheatham went 1 for 3. 7, Chase Norton 0 for 4. 8th, Gabrielle Qualls 0 for 4. And the ninth batter, Kyler Sutherland, went 0 for 4.
And those are the official stats for them with their 9 runs as they win with 6 in the 8th inning. For Jackson Christian School, Avery Bradford was 1 for 4, 1 RBI tonight. Walker Ray was 2 for 3, scored a run. Alden Holland 0 for 4 tonight. Chance King was 0 for 3, but he did score a run. Everett Wells 1 for 4 tonight. Jones, the catcher, was 0 for 4. And he did have 1 RBI on a sac fly. Daniel Green went 2 for 4 and scored a run. Carson Holt 0 for 2. And Harrison Jones 1 for 3. He did have an RBI, I thought, or he had a big hit that led to an RBI. Walker Ray had a couple of doubles. And, of course, he led us in total bases with 4. Stolen bases came from King, Ray, and Holland. Unfortunately, errors proved to be a downfall for us, Will. And the winning pitcher was Landon Hoy. And J.T. Favera will take the loss. And he actually, first 2 innings he pitched were very good. And we'll check and look at a few pitching statistics. We know that Walker Ray threw 12 strikes in the 17 pitches he threw. Chance King, 18 strikes in the 28 pitches he threw. Alden Holland, 12 strikes out of the 20 he threw. John T. Favera, or J.T. Favera, 29 strikes out of 44 pitches. And Ellis was 1 strike and 1 pitch, got the man to fly out to end the ball game. Not the way you want to end it, but we played 7 good innings of baseball.
Yeah, we really did. That 8th inning is what really killed us, and I'd say overall the first 7 innings we had an opportunity to win this game easily. So just tough luck, I'd say, in the end, but a great fought battle for most of the game.
Well, I've coached young teams, and you've played on a few, because I remember when your dad built that Little League team. Y'all were not great the first year. You were pretty good, but still made some mistakes you didn't make when y'all were 12 years old, though. And that's the way you grow. Each year you improve. You learn from it. We must move on. This game is over. And the theory is you learn from those things. You don't dwell on them. Move on and totally prepare. And to the best of Will and I's knowledge, St. George's is our next opponent.
Yeah, as far as I know, that should be. We'll see when it actually happens, but it should be St. George's. It'll be a Memphis team for sure.
And, yes, it'll be out of Memphis. Get to see these young men not only work hard to play the sport, they work hard to keep their field. They and the coaches together, they have to pull tarps. They have to rake the field down. There's all kinds of things that go into that. And you just don't appreciate what goes into a young person playing sports. Please be supportive of these young men. And let me check with our executive producer and director. And, Paul, have we covered just about everything except for one important thing? You can be part of the Jackson Christian, Freed Hardeman, and Peabody family with advertising packages and help. And we're going to bring all sports. Now, at Peabody, it's mainly just football, but they're still going to be part of it. And you never know what other surprises that Worthy Road Studios are going to have for you. Jackson Christian's graduation, again, Will, is when, and it will be on the Worthy Road Network.
May 16th.
May 16th, you'll be able to see it, because I believe this year, because of COVID, y'all are still limiting the number of people. But you don't have to miss graduation, because it'll be on the school's website. Worthy Road Studios will have it. And, Paul, correct me, it'll be, if I'm wrong, it'll be archived on YouTube where you can go back later. You can even watch yourself graduate, Will.
I sure will.
And I might do that 2 or 3 times in my case to make sure I graduated. And we will remind you.
Have you ever went back and watched?
And
Oh, yeah, I watched all the football games hundreds of times. I watch them all the time.
if you didn't hear Paul, he asked Will if you ever went back. Most of these athletes, I know the Freed Hardeman athletes, they'll come up and say, Coach, you made it funny about me on the radio sometimes, because we do tease their great home run hitter down there, Josh Seals, about his speed. He is 2 for 2, though, on the stolen bases this year.
That's good.
And one of the players said, Coach, I dare you to call him Speedy Gonzalez on there. I did not do that. Josh is a big guy. He's a nice guy, though, too. Tell you what we got to do, though. It's that time to tell you any rebroadcast, retransmission, or further use of this contest without the express written consent of Worthy Road Studios is prohibited. This was produced by Paul Schultze. It was directed by Paul Schultze. Coach Joe Holloway did the play-by-play tonight, but 2 great innings of play-by-play and a whole game of color by Will Cisco. And up on the top, one of the great cameramen of all times and just a nice fella, Caleb Brewer. It's time to say thanks for your time this time. Till next time, good night all.